I had to have
A lot of
options.
options, girl. I got a few options.
I got options. Hello, 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 lady still. Daniel, hello.
Hi, everybody.
Dixon. Welcome to Smoke and Paint with Tony and Lady Live. You have a little sippy sip, you can take a sip too. Now listen, if I sip too much and this picture ends up crazy, I'm gonna blame it on y'all. All right, so I don't know if you want to pull the pictures up and show them, but yeah. So what we got going on over here, y'all.
Lady La sketched this beautiful picture for me. I loved it when I saw it. It reminded me of myself.
Let's go.
So this is what I will be painting tonight.
Let's go. And then I ran home after making sure she had her picture, and I came home to sketch this for myself real quick. As good as I can get it, y'all. For some reason, I think Tony, I like drink because yours has the cup.
We both had some drinks. We smoking, painting, and sipping. So it fits the theme.
Hello, OG Jamel, Low Keys. We do have something that Tony is going to be filling me in with as far as conversation goes. D Space, how are you doing? Tony, I don't know. At some point, we can, think or kind of get the hang of, I guess, the chat so we can participate with them and see if we would like to have anybody up here with us.
Okay.
No drama, guys. No drama. When we talking about something, you can definitely add in on that if you would like.
Yeah,
with this topic.
Absolutely chilling. Don't come up here with that.
I haven't even poured my paints. I'm nervous.
Okay, that's what I'm doing now.
See?
So, I told Lady La, I hope everybody can hear me okay. I told Lady La I was going to fill her in on the saga that is who the F that I married. I don't know how many of you guys have been paying attention to that story or how many of y'all have seen it. It is trending on TikTok, but it has slowly made its way over to YouTube. I'm trying to wait to see if anybody's familiar with what I'm talking about before I go.
So anybody want to guess what she's talking about? Something that is started on TikTok, correct? And then trickled over to YouTube. Chris G, how are you doing?
Hey,
the bushes.
Yeah, so it is a topic now on YouTube. It's about this lady who met this man on Facebook dating.
I think Tifa has it.
You said who?
Tifa.
Yeah.
She typed that in the chat.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, yeah. So she met this man on Facebook dating. And this was in 2020. So we'll give her a little grace, okay? Because it was during a time when life was getting a little sketchy, but she didn't meet him during COVID. She met him right before, COVID was a thing, but she met him in March of 2020, to be exact, which was like right when we really started getting the idea of how serious COVID was. And that's when they started telling us to quarantine and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she meets this guy in March of 2020. She met him on Facebook dating and found out shortly thereafter that they actually matched also on Hinged, which is another dating site. Never been on it, so I can't tell you anything about it. But the guy told her, "Oh, we also matched over here on Hinge." So, I don't know if that could be considered a red flag or not, but, we'll go on. So on the first date that she was going on to meet him, she actually had a blowout in her tire on the way. So she calls him. I could go into the details of where they were going. They were going to Cheesecake Factory. Oh, this is an Atlanta story, by the way, Lady Live. So, this is.
Oh, is this close to home?
all Atlanta.
Okay.
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 So she's on her way to meet him at Cheesecake Factory at Perimeter. She gets a blowout in her tire. She calls him, and he basically comes immediately to her rescue.
Immediately. Didn't waste any time.
Didn't waste a bit of time.
Okay.
So he goes to help her with her tire. That all went well. He changed her tire for her. And I remember saying when she was telling the story that was like a major turn on for her. Like, you know, it did something for her. You know, not every woman is used to having a man come to her rescue. Okay. So it was a thing for her that she really liked. So that helped him out the gate. They continue to talk to each other, spend time with each other. They realize that they really do like each other. So now we're coming up on when quarantine, Governor Kemp told us that we had to lock it down, basically.
Okay.
So even though she had just met this man, they started having a conversation about where they were going to quarantine. So she goes to visit his living quarters as they were trying to decide where we going to quarantine. And he lives in a studio apartment. Now, here's the thing. He told her that he had been transferred by his job from San Diego to Atlanta, and he worked for a condiment company, she kept saying. I think Heinz is based in Atlanta. I'm not sure. Anyway, a large condiment company, and they had transferred his job. He's supposed to he has this really good job. He's high up in the company. When they brought him here, they didn't the property he wanted or something. It was something that fell through, so he ended up in this studio. Okay. So she understood or what have you. And a couple of more days go by, and they go to her house. And she has a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhome. It's in Riverdale. Probably nice compared to a studio. Okay. And if you're trying to think of where you might want to be locked down for a month or two, I would think you probably would rather be at the townhouse. I mean, especially with 2 people.
Right.
So, you know, she's all in love and everything already. So she's like, okay, you know, we can stay here. So they begin to quarantine together. And you know how it is in the beginning. I'm sure it probably felt like a honeymoon. When it's new, you know, when it's real new and you want to see them every single day. And it's just like, you know, you can't get enough. So I think that's the phase they were in. So they weren't fazed by having to basically be in the house together all that time. So the problem she was having is that as she's telling the story, you can tell she was like raised in the church, or, you know, she has a spiritual foundation that kind of is weighing on her because she's never lived with a man. She always said she wouldn't live with a man that was not her husband. So she was kind of feeling a little bit of a way about that, but she still, against her better judgment, decided to continue living with this man. Right? Here's the thing. He was paying all the bills. So she really wasn't too concerned about whether he was like a, what do they call him? Homosexual. She didn't see him as a homosexual because he was paying all the bills.
All of them. Like, so she didn't have to pay a light bill.
Nope. She said none of her money was going towards the household bills. All of her money was just hers to do with as she pleased. So okay. Yeah, so she's loving that. And as time goes on, things start getting a little more serious. Of course, she's thinking to herself, my family doesn't know I'm living with this man. So she's, again, still kind of feeling a way about that. And I'm sure she was expressing that to him. So at some point in time, he starts talking about, he was already in the process of trying to buy a house when she met him, right?
Okay.
So at this point, he's like, you know what? We need to really, I want you to be my wife. So I want you to help me find a house. We need to find a house that we both want together, right?
Uh-huh.
He starts going through, she starts going through the house buying process with him. Well, looking for houses. You got to keep in mind, it is 2020, it's COVID. So you absolutely could not tour a home that was still occupied at that time.
Right.
The most you could do is like a virtual tour, and you really were allowed to see houses that were empty because nobody was wanting to come out, and show you anything.
Right.
So they did a virtual tour of a house that she really liked. He liked it too. They decide they want to get the house. I can't think of where it was, but she was mentioning like the areas where all this stuff was. I think it was in, I don't know, Sandy Springs somewhere. I don't know. Anyway,
Sandy.
Yeah, she had a thing about really wanting to live in Cobb County though, specifically.
Oh goodness, Cobb County. I know so well about
I
Cobb.
didn't understand that because I can't stand Cobb County. But this lady actually
wasn't
law enforcement, but she worked for Georgia State Patrol. So she kind of had a law enforcement type of a mind, I think, where, whereas my hesitation for wanting to live in Cobb County, she probably would not even have that thought.
Okay.
So she's like adamant. She's like, I just know that when I start having kids, I don't want to be in Riverdale. I'm getting out of Riverdale, and I would much rather be in Cobb County, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wherever this house was, it was close to where she wanted to be. So I'm trying to think what happened. They wanted to put in an offer for the house. I think they did put in an offer for the house. Oh, no. I know what happened. The realtor that they were working with was a friend of his. Well, he knew. So he introduced her to the realtor, but the realtor had her number too to call and talk to her during the process and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, mind you, at this point, one day the husband came home and the boyfriend came home and told her, "I put a $5,000 earnest money down on the house. I made an offer. That's going to be our house." She said she didn't have a reason not to believe him. So she was like, okay, now I want to say maybe 2 days later, the realtor called her and said, I need to know what y'all going to do about this house. Cause I got people that's interested.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, she was like, whatever his name was, she calls him Legion the whole time. But I think his name is Chris.
Legion,
like the devil.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So she's like, he told me he put an offer in on the house already. And the guy was like, well, let me call him because he didn't put an offer in with me. So she's like,
okay.
So she, of course, gets off the phone with the realtor and calls her man. And it's like, why does he not know that you put an offer in? And that you put earnest money down, how does he not know? So the boyfriend gets upset, but he's not mad at her. He's mad at the realtor. He's like, I don't know why he's calling you when, he already knows what's up. And he said, I didn't put my offer in with him. I went with a different realtor who I'm friends with, who I've known for years. I wanted to throw the business his way.
Uh-huh.
So she's like, okay. I think at this point it might be like May or something. Late April, May, right?
Okay.
So she still don't really know this man, but at this point she's been with him for a couple of months. So she's like, okay. But she said that in her mind, because we always get them little warning signals, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Women's intuition.
Exactly. So in her mind, she knew something wasn't right, but she still was like, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Why is this so dark? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and see if, he's legit about what he's saying. So over time, he's like, "Oh, it's time for us to pick out furniture for this house." And he told her it was going to be no appliances in the house when they bought it or whatever. So they went to
Mhm.
Home Depot. They what they did was, instead of them just going in and outright buying the appliances, they basically told them they wanted to put money down on the stuff and keep it in the warehouse because they didn't want to buy it until they closed on the house. This
Okay.
have it
Which
delivered
makes sense.
to the house, right?
Right.
And again, it's 2020. Things were a little bit different. So that was definitely not an issue for Home Depot. They were like, okay, so he put, a few $100s down on the stuff or whatever. And then she said they went to the furniture stores and started doing it and did the same thing with furniture.
Uh-huh.
So she's like, okay, I'm getting my house. I got all new furniture. I got all new appliances. Da, da, da,
Okay.
da. Everything is going according to plan. But then the inspection, she's waiting on the inspection to happen. And she keeps asking,
Mhm.
well, when is the inspection? What's the deal with it? And he kept giving her reasons why it got postponed, it got delayed, it got this.
Go around.
And she's like, all right, kind of still going along with what he's saying, but then them bells and whistles is ringing off in her head. So she's also doing things like going online on Zillow, looking at the house, the status of it, or what have you.
Uh-huh.
And at some point, she went and it said that it was under contract. Of course, she's thinking that they have the house under contract, so that didn't alarm her in any way.
Mm-hmm.
He kept saying we're gonna in May. He was saying in April he was saying we're gonna close around June. When May got here and June got closer, it was we'll close in early July. I cannot remember what the excuses were for why the inspection was delayed at all. I cannot remember. But anyway, he played it off for a minute, and then one day she was like, she said something just told her, just go look online again. So she
Okay.
up online again, and this time it says off the market.
Okay.
So she's like,
like, is it off the market for them?
Yeah,
Possibly. What's really going on?
So she said that the site listed the realtor who sold the house. It had the realtor's name and phone number.
Okay.
So she called the realtor that sold the house. And she said, I just wanted to ask because me and my husband were looking at getting this house. So I'm trying to find out, is it off the market, like totally off the market, or is it just in negotiations or what's going on? And the lady said, no, it's off the market. We sold it on blah, 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 blah. And so then she takes it a step further and she says, well, if you don't mind me asking, who did you sell it to? Was it a black guy? And the lady was like, no, it was an older white couple.
Oh, no. Let me take a sip. Yes. An older white couple. Okay, so that would definitely exclude that he was trying to do this with his friend, right? Because that's what he said, he was trying to do the business with his friend.
His realtor friend was the one that was help him get the house and he could earn his money down and blah blah blah. Right. So he definitely ain't no older white couple.
No, they're not.
So all right. Okay. Mm-hmm. So she said at that point she knew she wasn't getting that house and that this man was full of shit, basically.
Okay.
So she said I had a decision to make at that point because I was pregnant. And she said she was already having like a stressful pregnancy. She's she basically from the beginning felt like she wasn't gonna be able to carry the baby to term because she's overweight and she said she was already stressed out I didn't even tell you that she found out she was pregnant. She found out she was pregnant
because I was okay.
while they was looking for a house.
Well, they've only been together for 2 months though. I think I'm gonna take another tip.
Mm-hmm. So she was like, I just knew I was pregnant and stressed out, and I didn't want to stress myself out any further. She said, so I just sat there and made a decision. No, she said, I'm pregnant by this man. I'm already in it. I'm going to let him lie his way out of this situation. She made a conscious decision to just let him think of a real good lie and get his ass up out of it.
We'll get out of it. Okay.
So he comes home, and she said that first night when he came home, she didn't say nothing about it, and he didn't say nothing about it. And she said the next day she was like, "What's up with the house?" And she said that he told her it was something funny about the interest rate, and he didn't know if he was gonna still go through with that house.
Here we go. Okay, something about the interest rate, right?
And now this woman is like, I've never bought a house. I don't know anything about the process. But she said, I knew he was lying, but I just let him lie. So she said she actually felt relieved that he wasn't just still in her face every day lying about this house. So she said, I just want us to, wherever we're moving, I want us to have our house and be situated by the end of this year, because I don't want to be moving while I'm pregnant. Or
did you say pregnant?
I said pregnant. I didn't say pregnant, but yeah, pregnant. She's like, I don't want to be dealing with that while I'm pregnant. So let's make sure we get it done before the end of the year. Yeah. So he was like, all right, I got you, baby. We gonna make that happen. So and a couple of days later, she went to the doctor, everything was fine. She got to work and she started cramping real bad and bleeding. She said before she could even call her doctor called her and told her that even though they did the ultrasound and everything seemed okay, they were not able to find a viable heartbeat. So that the pregnancy was not going to, she wasn't going to be able to carry the baby.
Stillbirth. She said she was already nervous about that anyway. Okay.
So the doctor told her what her options were, which were you could take a pill, you could go to the hospital and have procedure done, or you could just let it happen naturally. She said for whatever reason, she said she didn't want to go to the hospital because it was COVID. So she took the pill, and she said it was like, torture. It was miserable. She said it was a horrible experience. She felt like she was dying, blah, 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 blah. So after that whole experience, come to find out, she still ended up having to go to the hospital because it didn't go the way it was supposed to. Right. So she had to schedule this procedure. She tells her husband, I'm going to have to go to the hospital on this day. It was her boyfriend at the time. And, he was, because obviously it's a very private situation. That's not something you want to call your homegirl and ask her to take you to the hospital for. You know what I mean? So she's like, I need you, to be available to me this day. Now, mind you, he works at this condiment company. He's got a good position. He's got accolades at work and everything. So he was like, all right, I got you. So she said 2 days before the appointment, he told her he got a promotion at work. And like one of the top CEOs of the company was coming into town to discuss this promotion that he got. And so,
congratulations.
And all of that, right? And so he basically was like, I'm not going to be able to take you to the hospital that day.
Oh, my.
But he said 2 things. I have an assistant now as a part of my promotion. And even though I'll be in a meeting, my assistant, David, will be the person who's going to respond to you and posted about what's going on.
Who is David? The new assistant that come with the job.
That came with the promotion.
Okay, got you.
So she's at the hospital going through. First, he tried to get his sister to take her to the hospital, and she was like, "No, I don't know your sister." So he got upset with her because she wouldn't let his sister take her. She was like, "I don't care, I don't know her. So no, I'm gonna get my homegirl to take me or whatever." So long story short, the day of this part, because I can move to the next part, the day she was at the hospital getting the procedure done, it's supposed to take her an hour and a half to get out of recovery and be in the car headed home after the procedure. Mm-hmm. They called her husband 2 hours before her recovery started to say, she'll be ready by this time. You should start making your way here within the hour. She said that she was in recovery for 3.5 hours, waiting for to show up. She said even the nurses had an attitude when he got there, like, where you been, basically.
Okay.
They go home. She was so out of it that she couldn't even really get upset with him at the time. Because you know what she just went through. So she's just like, I'll deal with it later. But before she even got a chance to like deal with that, he immediately took her like into something else. And the something else he took her into was, due to my promotion, I get to get a company car. And he was like, I want to be nice. They told me as long as it's under 90,000, I can get it.
Okay.
So now they go into car shopping for this company car. And in the process, he's like, listen, I wanna buy you a car too, because she had like her car was a little bit older or whatever. And he was like, actually that started before she had the miscarriage, where he was like, I want to buy you a car or whatever. And they was out looking at BMWs and Benz and Range Rovers and all of this, right?
All that.
All of that. So the miscarriage happened and kind of delayed this. So they back on the car shopping, and she's picking out all these really nice cars. And he's like, I got you. But then something happened to where she was like, you know what? I don't really want to get a car that I can't afford on my own. So like, if you want to pay something down on a car or whatever, we can do that. But I still don't want to get something with a car note I can't afford. So they ended up deciding on getting her an Audi. She picks out the one she wants. They go to the dealership. He reads all the paperwork. He agrees to the price, and he says, I have to have money moved from my other account over here. Let me give y'all fill y'all in on stuff I didn't tell you. Number one, this man said that he went to San Diego State and played football. He played arena football after he graduated. He was married. He got a divorce. All of this happened in San Diego, right? So he's been telling her all this time, I have money saved up from when I played arena football. And she didn't know anything about arena football. So she's like, I don't know if they get paid. I don't know,
They do.
I just ain't never really heard of it. So she was like, I assumed he probably made decent money doing that.
Wait. Okay, I don't want to jump the gun, but what's his name again? Because listen, we know the arena football player. Let me find out. I know who he is. Or he could be lying about arena, so never mind.
Yeah. His name is Chris. So I think that's his name because she accidentally said his name during the story. His name is Chris.
Chris.
I don't know his last name.
Okay.
So anyway, he had told her that most of his savings from his arena football was kept in his offshore bank account, right? During this time, he had also, I think she had seen his bank account or whatever, and she knew he had like some thousands saved, but she didn't know how much, and she didn't really ask how much. Because again, you just get to know this man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all living together and planning a life together. In all actuality, they really didn't know each other. So she didn't really feel comfortable, I guess, asking him things that I would have been asking his ass.
Yeah. I had a lot of questions.
So she picks the car out. He tells the dealer I'm going to wire you guys the money and have the car, pay for it like that. But he was like, you got to give me a day or two to get the money from, my offshore account sent to my real account because he wanted to pay for the car cash. In full.
Okay.
So the next day she's at work. He calls her and says, I sent the money to the dealership. They have everything. They're going to deliver the car tomorrow at this time, and they're going to leave it in the driveway.
Wait a minute. Okay, so first, wait, we got to back it up, Tony, just a little bit.
Okay.
All right, I got to pick your brain with this one. I thought that she said she was only going to go for a vehicle that she could afford. So he's turned it into her looking for a vehicle she could afford to him going ahead and just paying it all up.
Exactly.
I got it, baby.
That's what happened. It's a lot of switch ups and change ups, and we gonna do this, but then we do this, and it's a lot that's gonna happen throughout this story. So if you need me to stop and fill in the gap or you got a question, just let me know. Because it's a whole lot of, and it's a lot of information to like remember. So I might miss something. But that is exactly what happened. So she was like, well, first of all, I live in Riverdale. You're not about to have no car dropped off at my house. Especially no car with no keys in it.
Right. Somebody gonna take that.
Yeah. So she was like, I'll just work from home tomorrow so I can be here when it comes.
Mm-hmm.
He's at home the next day. Here comes 1 to 3 comes and goes. No car shows up.
Mm.
So she said at this point she was just like kind of over it because she feels like this is the same situation with the house,
Mm.
So she's just like, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm over it. I don't really care about the car. I'll get a car whenever. So then she started tripping on him like, listen, I'll just get my own car. Don't worry about it, And she said at this point she was kind of just like, I don't really understand why at this point she was even still dealing with him, other than she didn't want to embarrass herself in front of her friends and her people and be like, yeah, y'all was right. So she's just still kind of trying to make it work. So after the car situation, he went back into, I want to buy you a house. I want us to get a house.
Mm-hmm. So wait, the car fell through. Okay, I'm gonna have to smoke. The car fell through.
He ended up getting her a car, but he ended up getting her an Altima.
He bought it.
He helped her. He did not buy it flat out because she still had a car note. I don't know if I skipped that part of the story or what, but I remember her mentioning later that she had a car note.
Mm-hmm.
I also remember her saying he got me a car, but he got me a Nissan Altima. I do remember her saying.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Oh, no.
Be careful. Salute to everyone coming into the room. Look, you got it? You good? Okay.
Let's see it. Okay. So, Okay. So now we add back to looking for a house again.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, all right, I want to get a house. So they started looking at houses. Oh, he had also told her in the beginning that Chase Bank approves him for a $750,000 loan on the house. And he showed her the paperwork. Let me take a smoke break. So she had seen the paperwork and shit for this $750,000 home loan he was approved for.
Okay.
And so
wait, she saw it? She saw it with her own eyes.
Paperwork.
Okay.
It was a piece of paper, though.
Did it have a seal on it, or she just never mind? Okay, paper, got it. All right.
You asking too many questions.
I am asking too many questions. This is what she should have been doing.
She said she saw the paper. So they was looking for houses that were $700,000 and better, basically. No kids. Oh, also he said that his ex-wife had 2 kids that were grown now, but he was really close to them. So
Okay.
every day, it was people that he was close to, like his brother. He had a brother that lived in Baltimore that he talked on the phone to every morning at 6:15. He left the house for work at 6:15 in the morning. She said every day like clockwork. He was out that door
Every day.
every single day. She said every single day he was.
So she knew he was working.
She knew he was working. She said every day he would open that garage and pull up in that garage at 3:30 p.m. every day.
Okay.
Like clockwork.
Got it.
So she said that he would talk to his brother every morning because his brother worked a night job. So when he would get off, he would be going to work. So that was their only time to like really talk and catch up. And apparently they were really close. All right.
Got it.
So his family from San Diego, he talked to the stepkids. She said he used to be on the phone with them all the time. Almost every day he talked to either the son or the daughter.
Okay.
He had an aunt. He had 2 sisters. His parents were both dead. And he had like 3 other brothers. So he had like a total of like 6 siblings or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Salute to everyone in the room.
Hey, y'all.
This is a good story. So this is Smoking Paint. I'm doing a little sipping, and Tony is filling me in on this story. I am brand new to this. I told her I didn't want her to give me no updates. I wanted to do it all live. And listen, I'm following this like it's a book. Okay.
Girl, this is a 50-part story on TikTok.
Oh my God.
It's 50 parts. It took me days to finish this. Hey, Chill. Hey, Daquan. I'm just now really looking at the chat. I see y'all, but I'm just now reading the chat. Little pressure, hey, girl. All right, so they back to trying to get a house.
Uh-huh.
So she finds a house in Smyrna that she loves. It's $699,000. It's a brand new big construction bill because this realtor told them y'all need to find a house that's empty so y'all can actually go inside, right?
Right.
So it's a brand new bill. Nobody's lived there before. Her husband complained about was that he wanted the house to have a finished basement. This one had a basement, wasn't finished. Okay?
So when it was still under construction, though.
Well, it was finished, but it was being sold by the people that built it.
Oh, okay, got it.
Right.
Got it.
He decided to put an offer in on that house, and the only contingencies the offer had was that he wanted them to finish the basement, and he made an all cash offer.
Ooh.
$700,000. All cash.
Okay.
So now, because of what happened the last time, she's called herself taking control of the process. So
because she don't want to be gypped like she did. Okay.
She don't want to get done in. So she basically had the realtor. This is a realtor, a new realtor. His name is Scott. This is not the homeboy. This is not somebody her husband, her boyfriend knew. This is a realtor that came from out of nowhere. So Scott emails her the offer. She said that they was in their room. She pulled the offer up on the computer, and her man electronically signs this offer right in front of her. $699,000 all cash, right in front of her. Signs every page. She sends it to the realtor, and in her mind, she's like, "I watched him sign that paper. Nobody in their right mind is gonna sign that if they don't have the money."
Right.
So the couple or the realtor that was representing the other people was like, "All right, well, no, I'm sorry. I'm telling this wrong. This was the new construction bill. They declined the offer because they didn't want to do the basement. So they just declined it. They didn't even make a counter offer. They were like, nah, we good."
Gotcha.
So they find another house. This house was about the same amount. She said once again he made an all cash. Actually, this house was $150,000 more. So now we're getting closer to like 900,000 or something like that.
I thought they were looking for a $700,000 home.
Well, he paying all cash. So what he said he was gonna do was put like almost the same 700,000 down that he was gonna pay the other one all cash, and then
just have the other extra
for the rest.
Okay. All right.
So they go through this process again, and something happened with that one. So they get to another one where he's back to making an all cash offer again. This time, the realtor, the people that he was going to be buying from, we want to see proof of funds.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And do you know that this man refused to provide the proof of funds?
So how are you going?
Where the realtor was like, "Listen, I mean, not only am I not gonna work this deal for y'all, but I'm finna cut you as a client because."
Period.
I done showed you like 60 houses, and these people, we get to this one that you claim you want so bad, and all you got to do is show me your bank account with the money in it, and you can have what you want. He didn't want to show it. The wife didn't understand. The realtor didn't understand. The sellers didn't understand. They gave him like 2 days to respond. He never showed his bank info. So they basically dropped the offer and went on to somebody else, right? So after that, she was like, "Don't talk to me about buying a house no more. I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want to think about a house. I don't want to look at another house. I'm done with the house. So just let it go, basically."
Yeah.
So they move on from the house thing. And then we start getting into just her feeling numb. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like to where she just was like, "I don't care if you come or go.
Don't believe nothing he say. Just it is. If it happens, it happens."
Exactly.
Yeah.
She just felt numb. So she just was like existing at this point. Then she said he started coming home later and later.
Oh, it changed from 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Now it's like might be home by 5.
Oh.
Might be home by 6. It might even be 7. Right?
Depending on how he feel. Got it.
But she said she was noticing it, but she was just so over him at the time that she didn't even care. She just was like.
Now, how long had they been together at this point, though?
At this point, it is. I think we in like July, August, because it's still early. It's still early in the relationship.
Got it.
It might be September-ish, but anyway. So he tells her that he's been looking at houses, and he just didn't want to weigh her down with it. Is my internet going out?
You sound just fine for me. Let me look. Hold on.
It froze.
Yeah, it froze. Don't do that. It happens. It definitely froze. I can hear you though. I can hear you just fine. It's just frozen.
Okay, hold up.
Y'all bear with us. Bear with us. Technical difficulties do happen every now and again. Welcome to everyone coming into the room. Look, she done froze, so I got to get my stuff together. Okay, I see your thumbnail right now. Boom. Okay, so y'all see my picture. Let me just show you this real quick. I'm working on it. I'll get more detailed in a minute. I know my black is just a blob, but this is what we're working with so far. Welcome to our smoke and paint and sip and gossip. And I am so ready to hear the rest of this story, child. They were too early in the game, to be honest with you. Hey, Mike. Hey, young man. Okay. Trinity Time Travels. I seen Buddy was in the chat room early as well. I feel like they were definitely too early in the game to be moving in with each other. I'm going to keep it honest with y'all. That's insane. Like, y'all need to really get a chance or take the time to know who you're dealing with before you go moving in. I've made those mistakes before, and I promise you, like, yeah, I completely regretted it. I regretted moving so fast in a relationship. It was insane. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, pretty ass T. Regis. That's my Libra balancer, y'all. Welcome to the show. Nanny, I seen you were in here earlier. We're on the first page. Remember Nanny. I don't know if you guys can hear that music. We were trying not to make it so loud and crazy in the ear. Just give her a time to come back. Let me make sure that she didn't message me. Okay. I have a lot of notifications going on. As a matter of fact, I can take a smoke break. Anybody, what do you think of this story so far? So far, now that you guys are listening to this, what do you think of the story? What exactly is going through your mind? I'm gonna take my time because I don't want to finish before her. I do have certain colors that I want to throw in here in my extra, but I'm going to wait so that you can see that we are doing this together. This was something that we decided to bring to you guys maybe every other week. Maybe every week. If anybody, as a matter of fact, let me take this time out to invite anyone else that would like to join us when it comes to the smoke and paint. If you don't necessarily smoke, that is fine. If you just want to sip, that's fine. If you don't sip and you smoke, it's your choice. If you would like to join us, we went and actually got our easels today. We were working on it and I went and dropped the picture off. But if you would like to join us and get on camera and actually have some really great topics and stories to come up and to talk about in front of everyone and you're not nervous, you are more than welcome to join us. Remember, this is drama free. That story is crazy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He's already juked her. Because I can go through what I already know. See, listen, I'm going back to it. Let me stop y'all. I said I was gonna wait. He's already duped her on the house the first time, right? And then he turns around and he does it a second time. Hey, Sincere, how are you? Aviator, what's good? She doesn't even get the vehicle that she wanted in the beginning, only to settle for something lesser than. And he was saying he was going to pay for it full out. Now he's back to the house saying he's going to pay all of the money. Then somewhere along the lines, they feel like he's BSing. So they say, no, cut it all the way off. It's a wrap. This is where we are. She was pregnant. She ended up, not being able to go through with the procedure. He gets this new job. Has a secretary, male secretary that's going to be stepping in and helping out. He got fancy, and then now all of a sudden we fast forward, and after she's just like null to the moment, he's I guess he's separating himself maybe because the longer time's out. Now I wonder, and I meant to ask when she comes back, I'm gonna ask like he still leave at the same time during the day. And even if he did leave at the same time during the day, he didn't come back at 3:00 no more. She said now it's 5, maybe 6, 7. Just depends on how he feels. Anybody ever went through something similar to this? Does anybody, Nisa, you already know about this story? I know some people have already probably did their own research. This is new to me. This is very new. I think I heard somebody mention it, but I wasn't exactly sure what was going on. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of my dice piece stuff. Excuse me. Tony, if you need me to send it to you again, I can. Y'all just give her a moment. Like I said, technical difficulties. This is our first time doing this. I can still do a little bit of my drink though. A little bit of my drinkity drink. I hope that everyone has had a great day today. And if you did not, I hope that tomorrow is better. I hope that you rest well. Enjoy whatever favorite food you have. Relax your mind. Relax your mind. Does it look like something pouring? Maybe when I bring it back in, you guys will be able to see it. I'm probably going to go through mine and outline with black as well because I'm real big on like things that pop out, that just stand out. Any suggestions on what my dice should be? Any suggestions on what the dice should look like? What color should I do my dice? Because I don't want to do the basic white. Yeah, this is a create what I want to create. So I don't want to do the basic white, but I know I got to go with my drink splatters. Hey, Will, how are you doing? Bibbidi boppity. Vibrant, what's good? Hello. Oh yeah, we're definitely not going to listen to that song. Oh, bless everybody's heart. Ooh, I hope y'all couldn't even hear it. Yes. I know I got my bloop on, so I want to make sure that I hear the bloop. Orange dice, beige dice, do green dice. Okay, so I wouldn't be able to do the green die because I already have this. The dots are green. The dots are green. So I wanted to do all my dice. I think they do set that dice. I want to do all my dice the same color. Okay. Can you go ahead and put Rex in timeout for me, please? And thank you. I just said that I'm not going to do any of that on this first page, and I completely meant it. Thank you so much. Maybe when you come back from timeout, then you just interact with what the story is. If you want to come up and do a little sipping and drinking and paint something to draw a picture of your own, that is fine. But we will not take this show off of topic. Thank you. I guess you can't see Tony's comment. Wait, no, I can't. I can't see Tony's comment. What does Tony's comment say? Can you guys tell me? Because she was double streaming. So, she's double streaming. So, okay. You said red dice, and I have my different colors in the inside. I could possibly do that. I could possibly get jiggy with the red dice because I don't think I'm having anything else on here red. So that's a good one. So black dice. I can't do black dice because then I have my background here. Then I'd have to outline in a different color like white, and I don't want to outline in white. I mean, white does definitely pop. You see, it's popping right here, but the black be doing it too when it's bold, when it makes it bold. Oh, you said no, I mean us, not her. Oh. I don't know if you guys is she commenting? Let me get my splashes. Listen, I don't know how many splashes I decided to do, but I should have probably held down on some of these splashes. Has anyone ever done a sip and paint? Listen, I'm so eager to go back. I told you where we left off was the demand was he's late night coming home now. It's gonna get crazy. I just know it is. Just for the people that I know that already heard this story and know about the story, I just know it's gonna get crazy, and I'm so ready for the rest of it. But has anyone ever done a sip and paint? Like I know they have some places here that are like BYOB. You bring your own bottle and you're able to drink. You say yes, red. We're going with it. Okay. All right. I got a message from Tony. Just give her a moment. I think I can go with the red because the red will definitely pop out a lot. And then it'll help when I do my my little paintbrush work. Y'all know I'm gonna try to get real fancy and Picasso like. Now, mind you, I am not Bob. No, I am not. But I did learn from him. That man has a lot of details, though. I'll be sitting here for like 3 hours if we're gonna go through what Bob does. Everything's gonna look realistic and look like it popped out of the page. Then I can do my outline while I'm waiting on her. And I have to do this too. I have to get my drink down in here because it's pouring in here. So it kind of like goes through the ice. I don't know what I want to do the ice as, but I know the ice has to have like a little bit of white. Welcome everyone to the show. Welcome everyone to the show. My paint water. I know, right? Listen, I'm so ready for the rest of this story. Y'all just be patient. She said her computer is messing up, so she's probably got to restart her computer. I do not know this story to tell you everything, so I'm ready to. See, there she goes. Okay. Oh, listen, I'm patient. I'm patient. I'm about to light up again anyway because this is a smoke and paint. I don't want to do too much of one that I don't do the other. Yes. Let me clean off my brushes though. And I have cleaner water over to the side, which I will be using because I don't want to keep using the same dirty water. No. You say you went to a sip and paint. I can't color the same. Jesus. So I just did the sip part. It's okay, Deputy. You should have just took the brush and just went crazy with different colors all over. It would have went together. Four or five different brushes in your hand at once. Let's go. You can do it. I don't know what other color I want to do my dice at the bottom. Let me just bring this closer. Hello, Shano. How are you doing? How are you doing? So this is what we got so far. My little splash, my dice. I have to do the bottle. I'm not sure what I want to do that one. I was gonna do my drink pink. I'm not gonna lie, in purple, but I've seen it, so I just went with the whole brown. You know what I'm saying? Brown make you get down. Yes, it does. Still welcome back, honey. I'm a storyteller. They did not teach me how to have patience. Chris G, listen, I'm not patient. I'm really sitting here eager to hear the rest of the story because I just know for some reason something just is not right in this Kool-Aid. There's something not right in this Kool-Aid. It might be just that there was like too many packets added into the Kool-Aid, or it might be just too much sugar. But something is up with this man. And we're gonna find out. You said orange. Smoke paint sip. So let me get to the smoking bar. I apologize. You said the painting was coming along good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, right here. Got it. I got you. Right now, it's only Tony coming up because we want to make sure that we get through the story. At some point, if we decide to allow people to come up to talk about the story, then we'll open it up for you guys. But I am so excited to hear what the heck is about to happen in this story. I feel bad for this lady that she was pregnant, and it's crazy because she's saying that this is right here in Georgia. Very, very close to where we are here. Can I have different color ice cubes? I mean, this is my picture, so I could do whatever. I mean, I could have made an alien beverage. I could have made an alien beverage. Roasted Toast, how are you? Let's see. I don't even know if you guys can see that. We said red. I don't even have red paint put out here, but I'm about to get red right now, as a matter of fact. I bought a bunch of different paint palettes. And I also just dropped one of my brushes. So I'm also gonna go down. I'm gonna go down. I'll be back. I'm going downstairs. All right, we're coming back up. We're coming upstairs. We're coming back upstairs. Yes, we are. We're coming back upstairs. All right. Let's go. Whew. Girl, I just went downstairs, girl. I'm so glad I caught you, but I came back up.
Girl, you have no idea what I just went through.
I'm pretty sure a lot. I'm pretty sure a lot.
I'm telling y'all this crazy ass story, but if y'all only knew the reason why this story really interests me.
Oh my goodness.
That's another.
Not right now. Not okay.
Yes,
okay.
Right now. When it's almost like a demon just came up through here like whoosh. She's having entirely too much fun right now.
On one of these smoke and paint and sip, we're gonna need for you to change the names in your story and tell it to us.
Girl, that one right there is a story.
So we've been waiting on you to come back, and we are ready for this story.
Where did I stop? Because y'all just don't
you stopped on the part where after the second home and stuff, he didn't like the unfinished basement, and then they basically said they weren't going to work with him, and they went ahead and closed it on out. And she got numb inside and basically going, "Oh my God, you froze it." Okay, no, it unfroze. She was numb inside. He started coming home late, around 6, 7, 8, whenever. But I said I wanted to ask you a question before you continue.
Okay.
Was he still leaving out at the same time in the morning though?
He was still leaving at the same time every morning.
Okay, got it.
Still in his work clothes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in the process of his schedule change and everything, you know what we're gonna do as women. Usually, we're gonna start snooping when we think it might be. But actually, in her case, she didn't initially like, "Oh, I think he's cheating on me." She just, the opportunity presented itself for her to look at his phone, and the only reason why she looked was because the message, she could see the preview of a message that he got, and she could tell it was from a woman. But she said the thing of it is, the name that it was, he has an aunt by that name.
Okay.
So she didn't know if it was his aunt or not, but she was like, "Let me look." So she basically looks in the phone, finds out that message was from his aunt. But of course, she was like, let me just look and check out some other stuff. So she realizes in this moment that he has Facebook Messenger on his phone, which she didn't know he had. So she goes into the Facebook Messenger, and she said it was like 4 or 5 messages from different women. So she clicks on the one that she could read the first part of it, and it was like, when you gonna come get this? So
what? Excuse me?
When you gonna come get this pussy?
Okay. All right. Okay.
So she opens the message and she's like reading the thread, and it was like a few questions before that. He was like, when you gonna let me get that? So, and then they said a couple little freaky things to each other, and then that was it. She was like, but it was only like 4 or 5 messages. It wasn't a lot of messages. And
okay, that was new.
Yeah, it didn't go back real far. And she said the other messages were just, compared to that one, were just really nothing. She said that was by far the worst one, right?
Okay, got it.
So she confronts him about it because he was in the shower or something. He gets out the shower, she confronts him about it. And he was like, oh, I was just playing around. It wasn't nothing like that, blah, 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 blah. So she's like, again, she chooses to accept,
to believe
favor, right?
Tony, so we're talking. Tony, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Why are we as women so gullible when it comes to love? That we don't use our brains.
I don't know. I mean, the thing of it is, I can't do the lying. Like, I can't do the lying. I would much rather you tell me what it is and allow me to make the choice on whether I want to deal with you or not.
Yes.
In whatever form you come to me in, rather than you to lie and make it seem like you're something you're not.
Right, right.
I can't stand that. Like, I can't, because there's this, everybody got their thing, and some man might not ever cheat on you, but he might gamble, or he might
be alcoholic.
He might be nasty. He might be chauvinistic. He might be this. That's just
all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
You know what I mean, so just allow me to decide if whatever your thing is something that I actually want to process and deal with in my life. Like, don't lie.
Right.
So anyway, all right. So now we have Facebook Messenger. So she knows that he interacts with other women at this point. He's still talking about he's looking for a house. Oh, she said something else that was happening like this whole time was that, because she never got her BMW, right? And she was
right. She got another vehicle that he helped her with, but didn't pay for all the way.
Right. Well, when he got his work vehicle, it was a BMW, right?
Say what?
Yeah. So she said something that he used to do would be brag about this BMW. And he would be like, "Oh, I'm so tired. I think I'm gonna drive the BMW home today." But then she said he would never come home in the.
He would never come home in the BMW. But he talked about it a lot. Wait a minute.
Saw pictures of it.
I'm about to say, did she ever see it?
She saw pictures of it. And they weren't like stock photos. They were like, oh, it's parked outside my building. Like, it's right there. Like, she said that he would call her from the car, and it would be a different, I don't know why she was going for that, but he could be calling you from any car. How many cars got, where you can make a call from the car? Like,
right. Oh boy. Okay.
I guess back then it might have been slightly more exclusive. I don't know. When we
possibly maybe
2020, I don't know. So anyway, no, it wasn't, because I had been in my car since like 2009, if I'm not mistaken. And
I remember 2017 was when I got the Dodge, and it was definitely the sound coming through there.
Yeah. So
Brassman said hello, Tony.
Who? Hey, Gasman. So anyway, she still did. She said she started getting irritated because it was like he would tell her he gonna bring it home and then don't bring it home, like just because he knew she would get excited, like, oh, I want to drive it, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then she said he would just never do it. So she said this was around the time where she was like,
okay, so wait a minute. So I'm assuming like he's saying that he left it at the job because it's a work
no,
vehicle.
let me tell you what she said he would do. His
Okay.
job was in Duluth, the warehouse he worked at. And the corporate office was in oh God, like between downtown and going towards like 85. Like it was like a halfway point, somewhere up in there, right? I can't exactly think of where. Downtown somewhere though. And so he would tell her, they lived in Clayton County and Riverdale. So he would leave home, drive to the corporate, get the car, and drive to Duluth.
That's crazy. That's what she said he was telling her he was doing.
That's what he was telling her he was doing.
Okay. Wow. Just a side note, reading into the chat room, Chef Disaster was good. Chef Disaster said he home detailing, calling in someone else's car.
Right. I don't know what.
Something was going on.
She said one day they were driving, and this is all along. This is the part of the story where she just started telling random different little things that had happened over time.
Mm-hmm.
She said one day they was out riding, like just like on a little date night type of thing, and they were coming through downtown, and she mentioned the building. I can't think of which building she was talking about. She said it's 3 letters on the top of the building. And she's like, you can see it right there when you're like at the connector downtown. So they were right there. And she said, he said to her, you see that building behind just say the sign said KRC. You see that building behind the KRC building? And she was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, that's about to be, this is before she knew that he was keeping the company car at a corporate office downtown. This is how she found out. He said, that's our corporate, and they're about to move my office from the Duluth warehouse to this location.
Mm-hmm.
He said, that's where I keep the company car.
Okay.
So she said when he said that, she was like, why would you drive from Riverdale, get off the interstate in the middle of downtown, get in a car, and then drive to Duluth?
Don't make no sense.
Do it again on the way home.
Right.
And he said that it was because he didn't want to bring the car home and be responsible for it.
Oh.
Work hours.
Okay. He didn't want to bring the vehicle home and be responsible for the vehicle. But he'll drive it everywhere else, though, to work and back over to the spot. Okay. This is very suspect, y'all. This is very suspect.
At this point, I mean, I know my antenna would have been just like, no. You don't get the fuck out of my room.
Like, you're not going to play with me like that.
Right. But anyway, so why it look like she's pregnant rubbing on her belly?
Wait, what? Wait a minute.
It's like it's the way I painted her hair. She looked pregnant right there.
Okay, bring it in. Let us see this thing. Because
they're gonna call some gas on my paint.
It's the beer belly. It's champagne gut. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna have to do something to make that look less prominent when I paint it. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
So anyway, so she said when he said that's about to be, he's like, matter of fact, that already is my office. I just ain't tell you that I'm at a different location. She was like, wow. Oh yeah, take me over there because I ain't never seen your office.
Right? Why not?
It was the weekend and it was the evening, but she was like, shit, you the vice president or the whatever. So you should be able to get me up in the building. So she said he was like, all right. So he gets on the phone and called Willie, who she knew to be the head of security.
Okay. Huh. Willie.
Oh, Willie. I'm sorry.
Okay. You good? You good? Willie, y'all keeping up with this story now? Because
So
I'm
he
telling you.
calls Willie and asks Willie if he can unlock the building.
Uh-huh.
And Willie was like, he wasn't at work that day or whatever. He couldn't do it. So
See,
he was like, well, is Craig working or whoever the next person in charge was?
Craig.
Now you gotta keep in mind, she said she was in the passenger seat and she was like scrolling on Facebook and she said he's on his phone having a full-on conversation with these people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it.
So Craig or whoever also wasn't available because he called out sick.
Okay. Craig wasn't there. Got
So
it.
he
Mm-hmm.
gets off the phone and he was like, yeah, he was like, my key card will get us on the elevator into the office, but it won't get us in the building if the building is locked.
Wow.
So we ain't gonna be
But
able
he
to.
bought the building though.
His company bought the building. He just worked there.
Okay, got it.
So she said you know, it was just one of them things again. She'd been known for a minute. So she said she was just like, all right. Like she knew it wasn't gonna happen when she told him to take her over there.
Then it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Why'd she do that man like that if she knew he was lying? See, that's what I'm talking about.
Trolling him. You know what I'm saying? So she just was like, all right, you know, whatever. So she said he got back on the interstate and they went home. And she said she didn't say nothing else about take me to your job and nothing else. So, oh my God. She was trying to get another job. So he had to fill out paperwork. There was two things that happened where he had to fill out paperwork. One was, for whatever reason, they decided to get married after the first of the year.
After wait a minute. All of that will happen?
Huh?
After all, girl, excuse me while I go back downstairs. I keep dropping stuff. Going downstairs. But after all of that happened, they decided to get married. Child.
Decided to marry him. Because her thing in her mind this whole time was, I'm living out of wedlock. Okay. So she really was feeling a way about that. So when he was like,
your baby mama
married, she was like, all right, let's do it. So they went to the courthouse, got married, got a marriage license, filled out the paperwork. And she said when he wrote his social down, she memorized it.
Ooh.
So
okay.
The next day or whatever, she takes the social that she remembers. She wrote it down or she put it in her phone or something. So like the next day she goes to run his social and she said nothing came back. Just nothing, like he didn't exist. Right?
Like, who is this person?
But she said, I guess for whatever reason, she didn't necessarily see that as a bad thing because she was like, well, I mean, his dad was allegedly a retired police officer. And his dad was also supposedly a pastor at some point in time too. So the way that he was raised, she was like, I'm not surprised that he doesn't have a criminal background. Like, I'm not surprised I can't find anything. So she wasn't like totally.
And it could have possibly been wiped out by Pops because he's in the system and he could look at his son. Okay, got it. Mm-hmm.
So she said it could have just been too many reasons why she couldn't find anything. So she didn't really think too much of that.
Okay.
But she said within 3 weeks of them getting married, everything started changing and going downhill, right?
Of course.
So she said she was trying to get another job. And she told him, I want to get a different job. And she said that when she told him that, he laughed at her, right?
What? Laughed for what? What was funny?
Her, oh, mind you, the first thing that happened after they got married was he started accusing her of cheating.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, poor baby.
He was accusing her of cheating with the men at her job. She worked at Georgia State Patrol, so you know she worked around a lot of law enforcement, whatever, right? A lot of men in general.
Okay.
So he would start questioning why she was wearing certain things to work, why she had her hair like this, why she did that, what took her so long to get home. You know, he was doing that whole bit.
Tony, is it okay if we let up Frederick? He's in the back. He just came up. He probably just came up to say salute. Okay. Let me make sure. Frederick?
Yo, what's up? Hey, Lady La, you jumped from 10K to 13.9K, girl. I ain't know you can do it like that. I was like, you got 13.9K subs for real. You was at 10K, girl. You jumped all the way from far away, girl. Did you do that?
Yeah, it's a blessing. I'm not gonna lie to you, Fred. Thank you so much for helping share it out as well.
Yep, man. I thought you was at 10K. You skipped a whole K. You jumped for you in your 13.9K, 13K now. You in your
Yes.
13K.
Fred, do you have anything to say in regards to this story?
No, I was just tuning in. But yeah, that's good of what y'all painting up there. I'm looking at the paintings and stuff y'all doing. I like
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you.
What's up, Tony? Montana.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I like your painting too, man. Y'all paint good, y'all. You know.
Thank you very much. I'm trying. I'm not really the artist, this kind of artist. I have different ways, but
I can't paint or draw at all, man. You know, I can't do it at all.
I'm definitely trying.
Yep, but Lala, you most definitely made it, girl. In your 13K subs, you 13.9 you got.
Thank you. Wow. I didn't even know it was at 9, but thank you.
All
You
right.
just updated me. Salute.
Yeah, thank you. Let me let y'all continue.
Oh, that's Bigo. Look,
Yes.
that's Bigo.
I'm
No,
like,
Bigo.
let me turn this sound off on my phone. Like, what is going on? Anyway.
Fred said he can't drop, but look, Fred didn't want to comment on that story because it's this man about to be exposed. Keep going.
Okay, so this man, y'all, okay. Where was I at? All right, so now we're like, okay, she's realizing that it might be something funny about his job. But again, this man, this whole time, he's still paying all the bills. He's paying all the bills with no problem.
Okay.
She's not having to contribute to the bills. So she's like, all right, I don't know what you got going on, but I'm going to
That might be what made her stay right there. It might have been the fact that she didn't have to pay them bills and she was living real good and she just overlooked a whole lot of, red flags.
I'm sure it did help. Ignore a lot of red flags. I understand. I'm sure it did.
Oh, wow.
So he was like, yeah, she was like, why would you say I'm not going to get, why would you laugh when I tell you I want another job? And he said, because you ain't going to leave them niggas down there. You love them niggas. You love them niggas more than you love me.
Oh, no.
Now that's a job.
Oh. You love them niggas more than you love me. Okay, so he's creating problems right after they've gotten married.
Yes.
They did get married, right? They're married.
Got married. They went to the courthouse, signed the paperwork, and she went to work the next day. Like nothing happened.
Oh, it was a courthouse marriage, but he bought himself this vehicle with the company money, and the company couldn't. Okay. All right. Yeah. But he was all cashy and was gonna put $700,000 down, but they had a courthouse marriage. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. You got it. So, let me see. Okay. All right. She's realizing the job is some BS. She's trying to get another job. So she, again, is law enforcement affiliated. So the job she was trying to get, she had to fill out an extensive background packet, and he had to as well. He had to be a part of it because that was her spouse.
Okay.
So once again, he's got to put his social security number down on some paperwork. So this time she said, when she looked at the social, it was
different.
It was different, but she said it was only different by the first 3 digits.
Wow.
Do you know the first 3 digits are really the part that determines where you were born. Where's my black? Here we go.
This is crazy.
Yeah. So she said they told her he was born in Pennsylvania, right? So she said,
man was born in the United States. I'm feeling like he needed a green card now. Go ahead.
Both times the first 3 digits of his social were affiliated with Pennsylvania.
Okay.
But this time she said it was definitely a different number. So she ran the number this time and she got addresses. Like
You gotta stop painting, girl. Oh my. Addresses?
yeah. But what she found to be interesting was that none of these addresses were in California, where he went to college, where he played arena football, where he was married, where he was divorced.
Right.
His majority of his adult life should have came from him being in California.
Right. According to what he told her.
Huh?
According to what he has told her.
According to what he has told her. Not one single thing said California. Also, I think at this point was when she found out that he had been married before. Oh no, he told her he had been married, but this is the point where she
found out. Yes, with the stepkids. That's right, because he was communicating with the stepkids. Okay.
Oh, also, let me mention you this. During the course of 2020, he's told her that his grandmother died, his grandfather died, and I think more recently, at this point in the story, his stepdaughter has also now died from COVID.
Wait, girl, stop, child. Because I'm pretty sure he told her these things because she was inquiring about family, right?
Asking too many questions, and he knew that he was gonna have to. That even though they had got married, that he probably was gonna have to at some point have a wedding with her or something where these people were gonna have to show up.
And now everybody passing away.
Yeah,
ain't nobody living. Got it.
So, she said when his grandmother died, he was just devastated. Like he was depressed. He took it really hard. All of this, right? So she basically finds through this time when she doxed his ass, she found out his ex-wife's number. She ends up getting. She called her, and I'm probably this part of the story a little too early, but it is still a very important part of the story. She calls her ex-wife, and the ex-wife is like, "How did you find me?" You know, so she tells her, "Well, I found your divorce decree, and I looked you up from there, basically." And so, like, well, she was like, "I know that you and my husband are still very friendly and that y'all talk, so I'm not calling you to confront you like in that way by any means."
Yeah.
And that lady was like, "I don't talk to him. I don't know anything about where I'm at, what I'm doing. I want nothing to do with him."
Oh my God.
So that's when she found out that lady daughter ain't died. None of that was true. And the lady was basically like, she didn't say run, but she was like, yeah, he's a liar, and he promises. She's like, well, what did he promise you? And so they kind of compared stories a little bit.
Not the what did he promise you conversation.
Yes, so it was the same thing where he was telling her he was gonna do this and he was gonna do that, and he never did it. Also, at some point in this story, before this, he had told his wife that he was gonna take her to London. Oh yeah, he was going back to trying to buy a house thing, and she was like, "I don't want to talk about a house no more."
She was over that point.
So he was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna take you to London," because he knew she wanted to go to London really bad. She was like, "That's just somewhere she always wanted to go." So she said he showed her the itinerary. He went online somewhere, and in his email or something, and showed her this itinerary, showed her what hotel they was gonna stay at, and told her the only thing he needed to do was find the best flights. So she said, printing stuff out, researching British Airways flights and this, that, and the third, trying to see what the best price was going to be and if he could get this deal or that deal, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
She said he was being really serious about this. She wasn't having to do anything other than say, yeah, that's cool, or no, I don't want to do that. Like, because now they planning an itinerary, what they going to do while they there. So it was like really getting detailed, and they were supposed to go in the summer. So now we come into her trying to get this job, background check, ex-wife. Then she takes it upon herself to try to get his transcript from San Diego State.
Oh no.
She went online, filled out the necessary documents to request his transcript, and nothing came back. They told her that social that she had did not match any student.
Oh my God.
So she was like, okay, well, maybe it's some kind of mistake or blah, 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 blah. So she calls up to the school and she asks them. And the school was like, no, we don't have anybody by that name.
It's getting worse.
So the school, they told her over the phone, they told her via email. No, that person did not go to school. I'm trying to think what color I want to do this bikini. Y'all give me some colors for the bikini while I take a sip.
Let's go.
So anyway, I mean, my preference is black. Y'all know I love black, but I'm open for ideas. Okay, so all right, so she finds out he didn't go to San Diego State. She had already done his background and didn't see any California addresses. So at this point, she's like, maybe he just lied about that part of his life.
She done seen 2 different social security numbers, had all these red, yellow, and orange flags thrown in the beginning of this relationship, went ahead and married him anyway. And now she finding this out and after calling the schools and she's still giving excuses. But okay. I mean, you know, we try to find the good.
This is why people get upset about religion sometimes, because I really don't like talking about it, but let's be clear. A lot of the reason why she dealt with a lot of this stuff, accepted it, and stayed through it was honestly religion-based for her. Not spiritual, religion-based. Because at this point, now she's in it to win it. Now you're married to this man. So now it would almost be sinful to give up on a good sister.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So, all right, no San Diego said it. I'm trying to think what the next part of the story was. Give me a second.
Oh my goodness. Next time we'll probably try to come with some show and tell. Look, I want to have a little bit of it on here where we can put a clip up or something, because this is a lot.
I could, when I get to the end, I could give y'all like the last little whatever, how she wraps it up if you want, but she's more long-winded than I am. So I would like to have it uploaded to YouTube so I can put it on like 1.5 speed.
Yes.
All right. So now she just started talking to her family and stuff about like kind of what's going on, like, and so now family is on high alert. People is like, let me see what said. Red or black? Okay.
Is Nisa saying it's red? Because you know Nisa is really addicted to this red right now. She got me doing red dice.
I actually was thinking red myself because I already made her lip red, but I was thinking red for the swimsuit too, but like kind of a dark.
Okay,
I got you. So, all right. So now she's talking to people about it, and they're like, "Girl,
something ain't right."
You know what you gonna do. But her mom came to visit, and she said that was right after she found out about the Facebook mess. Oh, they got counseling. That's what they did. They went to counseling because they had started sleeping in separate rooms after the Facebook thing.
Oh my goodness.
Then her mom was coming in town, so he had to move back in the room with them because they wanted to try to make it seem like everything was cool.
A united front. Yes.
Yeah. So, after that, they went and got counseling from this pastor and his wife. During the counseling session, the topic of how they didn't get that house because he wouldn't show his bank account, that came up. And the pastor and the pastor's wife was like, why you need to show the bank account? What's the problem?
Right.
And he was like, because I feel like it's my personal business. I shouldn't have to show it if I don't want to, blah, 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 blah. So They started kind of pressuring him about it. Like, no, I mean, you got people out here working. Realtors is working, showing you properties. You got your wife that's like out here putting her reputation on the line because she's believing whatever you telling her. You should have to show that you're good for what you saying you good for.
Right.
And so he basically gets irate and is like, no, I don't care who it is. I ain't gotta show nobody my bank account. Oh, because he said his ex-wife, what happened with them was he caught her cheating. He caught her cheating, and he left, and she took a whole bunch of money from him.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why he moved his money overseas, and this is why he didn't feel comfortable letting his new wife know how much money he had.
Child.
So what ended up happening was that when they were in the counseling session at first, they were like, you should go home, you should show each other your bank accounts. You guys need to get a joint bank account and just learn how to do things as a couple. You're both too independent to call yourself a couple. So when they got home and was looking at the bank statements, that's when he wouldn't show her that one account with all the money. She said he showed her a Chase bank account that had like 10,000. And he showed her another bank account that had like 6,000. And she really couldn't say too much because all she had in her account was like 1,500.
That's why she was okay with him paying them bills and giving them excuses. Let's go.
You know how wild that sounded to me that this man been paying your bills since March. And now
all you got is 1,500
next year, and all you got is 1,500 in your account, girl.
Yeah, that's crazy. She should have been saving like mad.
That's where she flawed as fuck at, right? Excuse me. She's super flawed right there for that. Like,
yes.
Why would you not have been stacking your money at all? Can we talk?
Let's go.
I don't care how much you love him. Never stop stacking your money, sis.
Right. Never.
I don't care how much you love him. Never stop stacking your bread. Or his bread. Whoever bread. Just make sure you put some in the corner pocket.
Yes.
So anyway, she was like, well, let me see the account that's got all the money in it. And he didn't show it. So they go back to the counseling. And the pastor's wife was like, listen, y'all not going to make it to March. Y'all ain't going to make it 3 more months.
Oh, my goodness.
Basically told that lady to cut her losses.
Oh, my goodness.
You know when the pastor wife tell you to go and cut your losses.
She sees something that you don't see.
Girl, you might want to get up out of
Well, she see it. She just ain't want to see it.
So she said that all she was thinking was, she's probably right.
Mm-hmm.
I made a promise, and I'm going to try.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to make it better. So even though he still wouldn't show her the account,
okay.
I think that was when he was like, I'm going to take you to London. I think that's when that started. Like, it was a distraction. So I had to backtrack in the story, but I think that's exactly what that happened.
Okay.
A 2-strap bikini. I don't know where that's coming from.
Ooh.
For some reason. So anyway, all right. So yeah, I told you about the trip. All right, because I had to backtrack. So now we moving towards her getting on her investigator tip. Because she had to take a lie detector test for work. But before she had to take it, like, they were kind of questioning her, like they had questions about her husband, but they still didn't tell her like that they was really tripping off of it. And by the time that they ended up asking her about it, by this point, she had figured out that he was bogus and she had separated from him. But anyway, leading up to that, she don't even realize the job looking at her crazy. All kind of stuff is going on.
So there was a lot of people looking like, what's really going on? Got it.
Like, what the hell? So, all right. Sorry, I'm trying to get my paintbrush. 1 second. All right. Let me think. Y'all gotta give me a second
It's okay. Listen.
while I think.
Take your time, smash the like button. Matter of fact, I'll take a moment to read into the chat room to see what everybody is saying. Hello, something to think about. Hello, welcome. Kay, how are you? Who else? Is there anybody comment in regards to it? My sister got a little wife, a little precious.
All right.
You ready to continue?
I'm trying just not to skip to the end, but it's all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and get closer to that part. If I gotta backtrack, I will, because I can't.
Okay.
I can't really remember them in between details. But all right, she has started really kind of snooping and looking into stuff. She found out that somebody he said was a relative wasn't his relative. I can't remember who. So she found out that. And then the final thing for her that really made her like, all right, he gotta go, was
oh goodness.
I'm sorry, it was so much stuff at one time. That's why I'm like,
you making me nervous. This is what you're doing with this storytelling. This is good though.
well, she caught him. Okay, I remember. He had got hurt at work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he kept complaining about his knee, and she said over time it got so bad that he couldn't really sleep. She said he would come home from work and have to get in the bed immediately and put his knee up because it was so he was in so much pain. And she said that she would be like, why don't you go to the doctor? Let me go with you. Eventually, she was like demanding that he go. They never went to the doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said it got to the point where, again, he moved back into the guest bedroom because he couldn't sleep at night. He couldn't get comfortable. He was basically her pain pills from when she had the miscarriage, the procedure. He was taking having to take one of those until they was gone. She said he wouldn't eat. She said he wouldn't eat nothing. And to the point where she's like, if I bought a 10-piece wing, he would eat like 2 wings. So he was losing mass amounts of weight at one time. Again, she said when she got with this man, he was a 3X. At this point in time, she said he was maybe still a 2X, but barely. Right?
Uh-huh.
So she said all he would do would be drink. He would just drink Powerade. He really didn't eat nothing.
Powerade and 2 wings.
Right.
Okay.
She said it was really weird, but again, she really pretty much done checked out at this point in time, and she's kind of just waiting for her lease to end.
Yeah.
And just trying to see if he gonna get it together, before that happens. Because at this point, she's like, I'm moving to Cobb County. I don't care what's going on with you, with this house, with whatever. That's what I'm doing. So, all right. At some point in time, she ends up finding his quote unquote work phone. Now, at this point, he had left his job at the condiment company and he was working for Apple, allegedly. He also said he worked for Apple before he started working for that company, too.
Oh, my goodness.
So it was like he went back to Apple, right?
She said be doing too much, but okay.
Doing too much. She said he was still going to work. He would just be in a lot of pain. And she said, sometimes she wouldn't even know what he was doing because she wasn't working from home no more. So, she assumed he was at work or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of way she ends up finding his old work phone from when he worked for the other company. Something.
Old work phone. So he done had work cars, work secretaries, work phones.
Girl, the job allegedly gave him access to a helicopter. Girl, all kind of fantastic.
Oh, me, oh my. Oh, okay, balling. Y'all smashed it like buddy. Y'all sorry.
Baby, when I tell you how that man would have lost me at helicopter.
Oh my God. All the way. All the way. That'd have been a wrap. You couldn't even show me the building. We're not playing around with no helicopter,
I
baby.
said, baby, he knew who to tell these lies to. Because when I tell you
Mhm.
I've been roasting him so hard, every time he lied, I just would have started roasting him. Like, don't get your
Well, not let us be in the whip and we late for an event. And I'll be like, oh, well, you know, if we use the helicopter, you got that little faster, baby. It's a sad thing that you ain't had no gas tonight in that helicopter, huh? No fuel.
I'm trying to tell you, girl. So, wait, I'm sorry. I gotta get these fingers. It's gonna trip me up, man. They playing these
Listen,
nails.
first off, them fingers tripped me up. I'm sure you could tell.
Ooh, I already chopped off half a nail right there. I gotta fix it.
Oh my goodness.
Then I'm trying to make sure I ain't got no pregnancy belly.
You trying to get rid of the pregnancy belly with the paint? Let's go. You can do it.
All right, so where I was at helicopter, I was at okay, he was working at Apple. She found the old work phone. Girl, she got in that old work phone, and when she got in that work phone, baby, this is
What she doing? She got in there.
Out who she really dealing with in terms of just the most scumbaggish stuff. She sees in his phone where he's been not just talking to other women, but he's been paying a prostitute named Peaches, whose house he goes to, and he pays her on some occasions. He may pay her $40 if he just wants a little.
Nope.
60.
Nope. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
And
I'm never gonna finish this picture. I'm never gonna finish this picture.
$80 if he wants this with no protection.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So she said in these texts, you can see him basically asking her how much. She tells him. Then it's like a discussion of where she is, her address. And then it's, oh, is this your house with the brown car and the white trash can outside?
So he was there. Oh no. Oh no. She seen the messages when he got there. Oh no. Oh my God.
So
I can't do this. I want to fight him for you, sis.
So, girl, he was there. Apparently, based on those messages. So that was one set of messages that she saw. And then
one set. Smoke break. One set. Oh my God.
Girl.
I'm not ready for this. I'm not. This is the first off. He's trifling. This is the work phone.
Very.
Did he like fail to mention that he was a pimp or something?
Let me skip a little bit in the story just because we telling this in the most discombobulated manner.
Well, let's go.
She found out later that was absolutely not a work phone because he didn't have a work phone.
Take me now.
I don't know if I missed the part of the story where she explained where he was getting money from to pay the bills. I don't know. But I think she did say he was working at the condiment company. She said what it was that he just made enough money to like pay for him just for himself to live, right? But she said her bills weren't like outrageous. So she was like, he had a job. So he was able to like carry on like he was doing so much extra when really he was making the same thing I was making, maybe a little bit more. He just was used to being able to talk himself up into things to make it look like he was doing more. And we all know people that live in Atlanta, we know that's the way of life is. For a lot of these people.
I'm just so upset at his triflingness. I just want to let you know that. I'm very upset at his triflingness.
His triflingness is it he's not done. All right, so he's talking to random females on his phone. So she said at that point she was like relieved to be able to find messages where he actually put himself to prove that he was cheating. Because she was like, okay, well that part will be easy to prove. Boom.
Right.
You know. So she was relieved to find it. She said then she started going through the deleted messages.
Oh no.
The deleted files. One thing that she found was a picture of a bank account that showed
the bank account that he didn't show her.
The one he did show her.
Oh.
That had like 10,000, and then the one that had like 5,000.
So it was just a picture. It had the same amount.
She said not only was it a picture, but she Google reverse image searched it.
Oh, child.
So the picture was on Google. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make the right perfect color for this bottle.
I can't do this.
The picture was on Google, girl, of the bank account that he showed her.
Google image.
Google image. She said that was the day she learned how to do that because one of her friends told her to do it. And so, yeah, that wasn't real.
Oh, my God. Wow. He was a fraud all the way through.
All the way through. What else happened? Okay, so she found out that wasn't real. At this point, just everything just starts to unravel, basically. That finding that phone was like the key to a lot of things. So basically, after she finds all of this stuff, this is the when she went, and this was the night before his birthday. So today was his birthday, and she said when she woke him up saying, "You never went to San Diego State, did you?" Oh, and she asked him about that before, and what he told her was because his dad was a police officer, he didn't they didn't have his information public when he went to school there.
Yeah, sure they didn't. Sure they did. I'm over him just like she was. What a God, she should have been over him. Okay.
That's how he answered after she called to get his transcript and they didn't have it. That was his response. It was like, oh, well, because of my dad.
My dad. Sure, your dad. Okay, I'm ready.
So she said that to him, and he basically kind of was probably relieved that she was bringing that up again instead of something new. Because when you lie that much, you got to spend every day like, damn, what line I'm finna get caught in today?
Right.
When he went back to the San Diego State thing, he probably was like, oh, okay, this is all we talking about?
This is easy cover, yeah.
So she said he kind of seemed, irritated, but like, girl, go on with this same line of questioning again, right? So she said she don't even really know why she started with that, because at this point, she pretty sure everything is a lie. But for whatever reason, that's where she started. So then she said she didn't even mention the other women to him.
She didn't?
Not at this point. I don't think she even mentioned them. She just was like, get out.
Gotta go.
I want
Time's
you
up.
to get out my house. So she finally was trying to put him out, and she said that she was really calm, but she basically was like, "You gotta go." She was like, "I don't think." No matter of fact, that's what she said. I don't think this is gonna work. I think we tried our best, but we just need to call it quits. And I want you to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Girl, whatever," like something like that, like
Excuse me?
My knee hurt.
Like, stop playing with me, baby. That type of, or
Yes.
oh no.
Exactly. That's how he was coming.
Oh no.
So she said she let him know she was serious, and I think he called his aunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his aunt was like, "Well, what's going on?" Something like, I think she asked to talk to her or whatever. So she's telling like the aunt, like, he has to go, we did what we can do, but he has to go. So
it's the rap, B.
Yeah. So he still was like, "I ain't going nowhere, ain't going nowhere." And then he starts talking to his aunt, and he's like, "Yeah." He was like, "I took care of her. I did this, I did that." He said, I never did nothing to hurt her, or I never did nothing wrong to her. I think that's what he said. And she said when he said that, she blacked out.
I was about to say, please tell me she blacked out. Let's go. Okay, because what you're not gonna do is try us on our time. Listen, I'm upset.
Yes.
I am upset.
She said when he said that she said she just remember looking around the room for a weapon.
Oh, she blacked out like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she said, but she could hear herself telling herself to call her mama.
Okay.
But she was like, I could hear him talking. I could hear his aunt on the speakerphone. She said, but all I was doing was looking like lamp, TV, high heel shoe. She
was definitely ready. Okay, she was singing him. That was it.
The room up at this point. And so she called her mom.
Uh-huh.
And her mom heard in her voice that she was like out of there, basically. So she was like, let me talk to him. So I guess she put her mom on speakerphone. She said she heard her mom tell him, I am not there to control my daughter. I think you really need to get out of the house right now.
Yes,
for your own safety.
Yeah. Definitely for his own safety. Yeah.
So she said he still was kind of taking his time, but at that point he was like, all right, let me get up out of here, basically. So he eventually ends up leaving, but she said in the process of him getting ready to get up and get his shit that she started looking around the room, and she said she happened to look at these Powerade bottles. And she said she realized that this motherfucker had been peeing in these bottles.
I'm gonna act like she didn't say what she said, y'all. I'm just go ahead and finish this line. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this line up right here real quick. Like, I know she didn't say what I think she said. She didn't say he was peeing in a bottle. She didn't say that. I'm gonna ask her in just a minute, y'all. Give me a minute, okay, babies? I'm a little traumatized. Okay, I finished that line. Ma'am, what did you say again? The Gatorade bottles that he had around, he was peeing in them.
He was absolutely pissing in the bottles. And throwing them on the floor and in the bed.
Wait, were her throwing them where? Not the trash? Oh, my goodness.
How you think she saw them? They was on the floor.
Oh my God. Was this in the room that he was separated with her in? Because remember they split rooms, so it was in that room.
It was in his room where he was at by himself. Yeah.
Okay.
So she said he was when she said, what is this? She picked one of them up and was like, what is this? And that he started just grabbing them and throwing them in a trash bag real quick.
This is crazy. This is crazy. So I mean, okay, wow.
Right. So she said that she hadn't really paid attention to him for like the past couple of weeks, like looked at him or whatever, because they've been in different rooms. He go to work, she go to work, whatever, whatever. But she said when he got up out the bed, that he was so small and had lost so much weight at that point that she was like, I really didn't even recognize his body anymore.
Oh my
Like,
God.
he had lost so much weight because this nigga been laying in here pissing and drinking Powerade.
Right. Nothing else. Wow.
So he left, got him out, and he went home. His aunt, she said one thing that his aunt kept saying to him was, just come home, I'll send you some money.
Send some money for what? He rich.
She was in the background saying, why you gotta send him money? He got it. Like, what do you
right.
mean? What are you talking about? And
Exactly.
of course, the aunt never responded to her saying that, but she said she was in the background saying that, like, he'll be all right. She said up until the point he walked out the door, the aunt was like, I will send you some money. So he leaves. He goes. She said that the day he left, he went all the way to Philly or wherever he's from. Because he texted her or he called her when he got there and was like, I'm here. She was like, it was like the next day, not the next day, but like some hours later or however long it took him to get there. And she was like, okay, so he literally just went straight up there. Like, okay, well, and all she was thinking was she was relieved that he was gone. So she really didn't care anyway. She just was like, I got to try to figure out how to get this divorce.
Yeah.
You know.
Real quick.
Immediately went and started like filling out paperwork to get the divorce. But in the process, his family is like, now they like calling like, what's going on? What happened? So the first relative she hears from is his cousin, I think, or his aunt, but it was a woman. And this is when she finds out that his grandmother died in 2008. Yeah. The one that just died during COVID.
So he used grandmama. She was already gone. Oh, baby.
Yes,
Granny was gone before he met you, boo. Yeah. Oh, my God. I don't like him.
So, she finds out that he only has 2 brothers, not 4. One of his
brothers.
He lied about how many brothers he had. One of the brothers is his twin. He's never mentioned having a twin, which is weird.
Oh no. Oh, this is ridiculous.
The two extra.
He could have jugged her with his twin brother if his twin brother was on that time. Like, bro, can you step in for me? You know what I mean? Oh no.
The brother that's his twin lived in Nashville, and the crazy thing about it is she knew he had a brother in Nashville,
but she didn't know
the brother that he talked to every day was the one in Baltimore and the one that lived like in Augusta or somewhere like that. Right?
His twin probably don't even want nothing to do with him.
Girl, when I tell you the whole family don't want nothing to do with him. The family was like, why is he here? What did he do down there that ran him back up here where he knows none of us don't fool with him? What did he do?
Oh my goodness.
So everybody was like.
So that's why she able to talk to him, because they trying to get him to come back home.
Yeah, they like, what's
oh, this is bad. This is bad, child.
They like, what is he doing?
He married a menace.
So yeah, the cousin, lady cousin, auntie, whoever she was like, yeah, we don't fool with him at all.
Oh my goodness. Don't fool with him at
And then, and also when he got there, he told them that he caught her cheating. Just like he told her about his ex-wife.
Oh, that's why he had to come home, because he caught her cheating.
Yeah, he caught her cheating, and she was cheating on him with somebody that was in law enforcement. And they used their weapon, their service weapon, to threaten him and tell him to leave.
What?
Yeah.
But she was on the phone and the auntie was on the phone. How did that happen? When did that happen? Okay. Yeah, he just, okay. Wow, he just done painted the whole narrative with the fam.
Mm-hmm. All right, so at this point, she's like, all right, well, I just need to make sure I got out his real name, his mailing address, and so I can get this divorce at this point.
Right.
And that was pretty much what she did from there. But in the process of her trying to get the divorce, he basically ended up being homeless, like, because none of his family wanted him to stay with them. None of them did. So everybody, everywhere he went, they was like, nah.
That's why she could never meet the family right there. That's it right there.
What's crazy is none of those relatives that he had mentioned to her were the ones that he was staying with and dealing with all the time. These are people she had never heard of, never talked to, and she had talked to his aunt that lived here and his aunt that lived there, but none of these people are actually, the people that she talked to. Like, she had talked to his brother on FaceTime, the brother in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady right here was like, he ain't got no brother in Baltimore.
That was probably a homeboy.
Well, I was going to say, as it turns out, she finds out later in the story because he was missing when she was trying to serve the final papers. When she needed.
Oh, my goodness. Of course he was missing.
He went missing, right?
So
he started going down his contacts from his phone and his Facebook friends and everything and calling people like, have you seen him? And everybody she reached out to was like, hell no, and don't want to see that nigga either.
Oh my God. Oh, he done did some people dirty.
Right. And then everybody was like, wow. See him, tell him don't ever contact me again. Every single person was like, nope, and don't want to see him.
Oh no.
He owed me money, he lied, he did this. Some people didn't even want to talk about what he did. They just didn't even want to talk to her.
Wow.
One dude was like, nope, and don't ever contact me about him again.
Oh, this man trifling.
Yeah.
This man's trifling.
Yeah. So she ends up finding out that he was staying at a mental hospital for 2 weeks.
Because he was homeless, he ended up in a mental institution.
And he literally told her that that's why he went.
What? That he went because of what?
Because it was hot outside and he had been sleeping in his car.
I cannot. No, ma'am. So, because he needed a place to stay, so he'd rather just go to a mental. Okay, right. Okay. A sane asylum. Let's go.
Exactly. So that's where he was at. That's
crazy.
And at this point, he had got out and he was telling her, somebody that got in his ear, basically, told him that she legally couldn't put him out because they were married.
Oh, so he gonna boldly come talk crap to her and get on out this insane asylum.
Yeah.
The psych ward.
So he can come back home because she.
Oh no!
Right.
Oh no! No, you good. You ain't in your crib no more. You know when you had went back home, it was a wrap.
So she calls the police to get clarity.
And
the police was like, well, legally speaking, that is the marital home. And if he comes back, we do legally have to make sure that he's able to get into his home.
Wow. See, no.
Ain't that messed
That's
up?
crazy.
So she's telling the police the situation, like, look.
She should have just went ahead and did a legal separation.
She's trying to, she had done everything she needed. At this point, she actually was able to proceed with the divorce. However, she was waiting for the judge's signature. That was the only thing she needed.
And he done smartened up because somebody done became a little homeboy, a lawyer to him and told him he's right. Okay.
So, and then it was kind of, you know, back then everything was, the courts and stuff was really backed up.
It was.
20.
They'll find anything to get you out their face.
So she was having a hard time getting the signature or whatever that she needed. So anyway, she's just waiting. She's telling the police what's going on. And I think due to her job a little bit, she was able to get in the right people's ear.
Okay.
Just let them know, like, look, I know legally y'all can't do this and y'all can't do that, but y'all need to know that this is what he's trying to do. This is what he has already done. You know, I don't want this man in my house, and I have reason to not want him in my house, you know. So they understood what was going on, but again, they just said, well, we would suggest that what you do is let us come by and take body camera footage of the property of your home and the state and condition it's in before we allow him to enter the home.
Okay. Yeah.
Make sure that he doesn't damage it or do anything to it.
But we
can't stop him from coming in. So she actually agreed to that and said, okay, so when he comes, I want y'all to be here, blah, 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 blah. So he's just still telling her, as soon as I get some money, I'm coming. So she said she didn't know when he was going to be able to get the gas money. But every day, she said he was calling her like 30 times a day.
I wouldn't even answer the phone.
Hour. Just back to 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 back, calling her phone. And she said he was blocked, so he was calling her on Facebook.
Oh my God. Okay, so she did block him, but he called on Facebook. She could have blocked him on there too, honey.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And at this point, I don't even think she needed the signatures anymore. I think she just kind of wanted to be aware of what he was doing, you know, and not excited. So he's like, yeah, I'm coming this day, that day, every day. He's like, I'm coming. So the police were like, all right, ma'am. I think like the day before he ended up coming, they told her that they found out he has a warrant.
Ooh. Walk right into that warrant. Why? The officers, do you mind standing in the bathroom? I'm gonna get rid of you.
So
after you done did me the way you done did me.
Exactly. So she's like, okay, good. You know, so they were like, yeah, so when he comes, you let us know and we'll come and arrest him. So she's like that. So he calls her and tells her he's coming, and she wasn't at home yet, right? So she calls the police like, yeah, he said he's there in the driveway. But then she said he told her he had to pee. So I guess he went, he was like, I'm going to Walmart because I got to pee. So when they got there,
you didn't have a Gatorade bottle in the car.
When they got there, he wasn't in the driveway anymore, right? So they drove off or whatever and was like, all right, well, if you see him. So she said at this point, she actually had a company car. So she wasn't in her regular work car. When she got to the subdivision, she could see her driveway before she could, you know, had to get all the way by it. So she sees, okay, he's there now. So she calls them back. They come. Go to the house. He's backed into the driveway. They arrest him
Mm.
in front of her house
Mm-hmm.
and asked her. He said he wanted to talk to her. I don't know what color to make this drink. So he said he wanted to talk to her. She goes to talk to him. He basically was having a manic episode in the back of the vehicle, even to the point where the police officer was like, yeah, I think he's having a mental break, whatever.
Tase them, officers.
But he wasn't like, it's just what he was saying. He wasn't really even doing anything. He was just kind of talking crazy. So she was like, all right, well, whatever he having. He gotta go from here, you know. So they took him. They took him on, and I think he was. I don't remember how we got to the next part, but long story short, she found out that the warrant had expired. He went to jail, but the warrant was expired.
Oh, so that means he was coming back out.
Yes.
Oh,
the day that she found out was like 2 days before she was supposed to move. Because before he came back the first time, she already had a place. She just couldn't move until
she ain't got her stuff out yet. Right.
The new place wouldn't let her move in until the end of the month. So at this point, she's like 2 days from moving. So she's like, damn, when y'all gonna let him out? And they were like, his court date is August the 29th. And so he'll be out August the 29th when he go to court because we don't have a reason to keep him.
This is disturbing.
Yeah.
This is disturbing.
So now she's like, shit. So what she ended up doing though was going to stay with family because it was only 2 nights. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
And when he came, when he got out, she just wasn't there.
Right.
Then she moved and changed her number. He wasn't. Also his car was in her driveway too after this situation when he got arrested.
What car?
His car, because he had a car. He had a car that he had drove down to when she put him out. Remember, he had a car.
Oh, I thought you was gonna tell me it was the Audi that he
Oh no.
The work vehicle home.
He had this whole relationship. He had a girl was like a Taurus. It was a Taurus.
Oh no.
So exactly. So he had drove when he went to Philly or wherever he went to. He was in that Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so that car is the car he was in her driveway back then when the police arrested him. They didn't tow the car; they just left it there. So she actually called the car company the next day because she was just gonna give it back to the dealership. And I guess he had got a newer one or whatever. So basically, the dealership was like, "Yeah, he ain't paid that car note in 5-6 months or something like that."
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So yeah, they came and repoed the car the next day. So
I done messed up my lines. This is too much. Okay, so she got to deal with them coming to repo the whip. Got it.
Yeah, so they came and repoed the car the next day, and she moved.
Good.
Changed her number.
Good.
Never heard nothing else from her for a long time, and then.
No, there ain't no Indian. No, it can't be Indian.
Some kind of way he ended up reaching out to her, asking her for money, girl.
Oh my God. Oh, he just want to still be just a nuisance in her life.
Oh, girl, when I tell you that lady exhausted me with that story, and I left a lot of stuff out still. Like it's stuff that'll somebody else that watched it could probably come up here and eventually maybe fill in some gaps if they saw it, but it was so much stuff that he lied about. Like that's the moral of the story. Like,
yeah,
this man told some astronomical lies with a straight face to so many people. It wasn't like he was just lying to her.
To her, it was a lot of people he was doing it to. Right, because they clearly said they want nothing to do with him though. When she went to go call and check.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
He was Just
I heard you say when she was calling people too, though, that they were saying that he owed them money.
yes, it was somebody she called when he was in that mental hospital. She was looking for him. They said that he owed him money. And he never want to see him again because of how much it was and how he handled.
Ooh, I bet it was a lot.
Yeah.
Child.
Like that could have been the money. He might have been living off that money that whole time he was paying her bills. You never know.
Mhm.
Could have done a business deal with somebody.
Wow. This is dangerous. So even though it look, you know what I'm saying, whatever glitters don't mean it's gold. He was paying the bills. That's probably the part that got her. Like she said, she didn't have to pay. And I'm telling you, like, oh man, I don't know if I could deal with all of that paying my bills or not. Though that's a lot. That ain't no, I don't know. I can't. That's trifling.
I'm trying to tell you, I've been there, done that, and it sounds good.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, you are going to regret it if you don't have any other alternative. So as long as it's somebody doing it because they just want to do it and take care of you and make you feel this way or that, and they're not doing it so that they can control you. Because I don't. Sometimes even if it starts out as a means of I'm just doing this because I love you, a lot of times it can turn into them thinking that, well, you know, she ain't going nowhere because where's she gonna go? Or where is he gonna go if I'm taking care of him, if I'm doing this for him, where is he gonna go? How dare you have an opinion? How dare you have a question about what I'm doing when I'm not here? Like, you know, it's a lot of things that come with that. But you know, it's not always like that, but you do need to do your research and
yes.
pay attention.
Expensive research at this point though, because shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, after you done ran the first social security number, you realize that when I gotta have asked questions because that you my husband.
Well,
so I need to know. Like, I don't care if it's out of the system or not. Where your daddy?
My thing that I didn't understand was why she had to get a marriage license filled out to have his social, because if he's applying for mortgages and all of this, I would have been saw that man's social.
I would have had it already, right? With the paper, as far as the paperwork is concerned. Yeah.
I'm not about to sign my name on nothing with you when I ain't seen your doggone background and your credit.
Wow.
I don't care if you don't pay the bills or not. He still wanted her name to be on the paperwork.
Right. Well, I mean, it had to be though.
That was something he asked
lower her through his warrant, because you said the warrant wasn't it was old, it wasn't you know what I'm saying. So he probably laid low with her that whole time until that warrant was over.
That's true. So she did have a conversation with him after this, and she asked him, like, why did you marry me? You know, just to lie to me and whatever. And she's like, why did you marry me so fast when you could have just played the boyfriend role and like done what you did, you know, and then left when you were tired of doing it. And he was like, because I knew the type of woman that you are, that I wasn't going to be able to keep you anything longer than a year if I didn't marry you.
I want to fight. You got to be kidding me. He actually just came out of his mouth and said this to her.
Yep.
Wow. You like, wow. I knew I wouldn't be able to keep you longer than a year. Shabuki, book, baby darling, dearest that I lied to. Oh, okay. The nerve. So when she blacked out, she almost blacked out the first time. So you telling me she didn't curse about this time, or she just let it go?
No, this point in time, she had her divorce. I don't even remember why she was talking to him, but she argued her divorce. So she was just getting questions answered that I think this was asked her for money. She just took
Okay.
the opportunity to ask him some questions.
Since you asked me for money, let me go ahead and just ask you these things right here. Right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
she asked him something else. She asked him a lot of stuff like, well, why did you lie about this and why did you lie about that? And everything just led back to it's a condition. There's no reason. Like there's no amount of explaining to you why.
A pathological liar is what he is.
A pathological liar lies.
Yeah, because he lied about a lot. You're gonna pay cash for a thing, and then when they ask you to show your income, you ain't got it. What was he? Oh no, he was just doing too much. Like, babe, I can't afford it. Just say that.
Just say that. She said, imagine if in the beginning he told her that he just had a thing for going to see houses. Like it's something he liked to do for fun or whatever. She said if he had just said that in the beginning, there's no telling what could have happened, basically.
She's saying that it could have been a possibility that they would have still been together, maybe if he'd have been honest.
It would have been fun or something like that. I don't know where she was getting at with that, but
she's trying to say that they could scam together when she was in a police frame business. Huh? Oh, I was just asking. Because, I mean, the man checked himself into a psych ward so he wouldn't be homeless. Listen, child, there's nothing you was going to be able to do with that man, baby. He was going to screw you over regardless. He screwed over everybody else, so it don't matter if he told you the truth or not. He told you his mama passed away, sweetheart. Never mind.
Told you his stepdaughter died and she wasn't dead.
And the wife said she don't even want nothing to do with it. Ex-wife said she don't even want nothing to do with that man. Don't even talk to him. Wow. Okay. Well, your process, let me see. Look, trying to slow you down a little. Let me see.
I'm still working on it. You want to look close?
Ooh.
I'm working on it.
Ooh.
My glass.
Let's go. I got to go back to my glass at some point and do my lines, but I had to go back to this dice too. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to do my best with showing everybody what it looks like. Thanks, Nisa, for the red dye color advice. Yeah, and my black looks real reckless right now. I know, because that's the background. Just leave me alone.
Red is something that we both got going on in both pictures. So that's cool.
Yes. It does pop though. It pops out. It stands out in the pictures. Yeah. So I like that. I like it. I got a lot of black lining to do though. I should have drew like a circle and a smiley face. It would have been so much easier for me to just paint all through that.
Oh, that would be fun. I like that kind of stuff, like abstract, and you could just like. I probably would have overdone it. Like I just overdid it.
Work it out. Hold on one moment. Salute to everyone that came into the room and that is still here. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. I deal with allergies and I've been doing a lot of hacking in y'all ear, and I was trying not to be so rude and do that just now. I think I got all my red done though, right? Now I need to get to doing the black. Yes. I like what you got going on over there. Okay, so with the complexion, with the color, did you mix up some browns first to get that right?
I did, and then I kind of mixed a little bit more. Then I was like, I kind of want her to be more chocolatey.
Okay.
So I did. At first, I had mixed a lighter brown, but when it started drying, I just liked the way the darker spots look. So nice. I kind of went with the darker side of the palette.
Feel like it looked better once it dries. We don't never really know what it's going to look like until it does dry fully, though.
Right.
Sometimes it works.
And I didn't, because she's got a couple of. Well, she's pretty much one tone now. But a minute ago, she was like, I ain't know.
She was a couple of different tones.
She was giving me different tonalities, but it's okay. I need to do something in the background too. I don't know what.
I have the black, but I want to do something around that too. Like you know how they always add to Always add to. Now you said, is this story still on TikTok? 50. Ooh, that would have
Yeah,
been a lot to go through. Yeah, that would have been
it
a lot to go
is. It's still on there. She
through. Oh,
just
that's
did an update today about like
she's still going.
she's like she finished it I think over the weekend, but I think
Okay.
it was so popular, like she just came back to be like, yeah, I'm good or whatever,
I'm glad she's all right. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I needed an update on her. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
Because
her
she
name
went through
is
a lot.
Risa Tisa, I think her name is.
Okay. I just didn't need her. I didn't need her to be telling no more parts of the story like he done came back. Because child, listen, you see, I gotta smoke. I have to smoke. I wasn't gonna be able to take that. I promise you, I wasn't gonna be able to take it.
Girl, I fell asleep listening to her the other night, and I was like, girl, because I woke up stressed out, like,
Pineapples. Don't do that. She did it. And she stressed you out because she in her stressful situation. Jeez. I'm getting through this picture now. Listen, this glass coming together now. Whew. Let me tell you something. There's a workout in this. I need to learn how to paint with my left hand though, because my right arm going. I might need to do some exercises tonight. My right arm gonna be extra strong.
yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Because we're holding it up on the easels. Oh yes.
I need a new palette, but
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna make this work.
This is so soothing. This is so soothing.
Now look at my wretched ass palette.
Let me see your palette. Hold on. No, turn it back. Let's go. It's fine. Because then once you're done, you just throw it in the trash. It's over. It's a wrap.
Exactly.
Yeah. I talked to you about me wanting to do my actual pictures for the house, though, like decorating. But I'm not even gonna lie to you. Once I'm done with this might definitely go up on the wall somewhere for sure. Like I feel it because I have my whole little wall of all my pictures anyway, my artwork. I think I have some space up there for this because this is nice.
Yeah, I was about to do something different, but
I want to see if I can get Just My Five to join us too. I know she would. Just My Five, but whenever y'all see Just My Five, just ask her if she wants to join in. Because listen, she can. I know Just My Five got some stories too. Because Just My Five had to put cameras in her house to make sure she didn't fall on that floor anymore.
Lord,
the spelling drink was off the chain and it was fun.
It was a lot of fun. I honestly really did have a good time.
Yes. You had so much of a good time that you just came and told me about this lady, and I'm so angry at her ex-husband. I'm so angry. He had to get the money to come back home. Ooh. He'd have came back home to an empty house. I definitely would have I'd have moved all that stuff to the storage room.
It
wouldn't even been a house with him.
What?
Well, I mean, well, hold on. When she moved, though, how did she leave him though? Because she left him in that place. They must have left them to evict him or something.
He never no, because the day that he came back, they found out he had a warrant the day before. So the day that he tried to come back,
he couldn't come back in because she was gone.
He couldn't.
Yeah, she turned it in. Okay, that's right. All right.
They arrested him.
How she get him up out of there?
Yeah, so she just went on with her life. She moved out. She went to stay with her family when he got out of jail.
Smart.
And then she moved out the next day. So
okay.
Trying to make the sky in the background, but I want her to be inside, not outside.
So you put like a window, maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. Creative mind comes now.
I'm not a drawer at all.
Look, work on painting certain things in there. Or look up a little picture of a little sky, a window sky view or something and get an idea.
how to freestyle it, like make it just look a little blurry, like a blurry background.
You can, yes. A whole fade in the background, yes.
Looking for
Oh man. I gotta get that other brown. See, I knew I was missing something. Something down there in them cubes. Found it. How many times have you done sipping paint?
I think 2 or 3 times.
Nice.
My friends do it all the time. I'm just usually not available when they go do it, but
Yeah.
they do it a lot.
I haven't done the sipping paints, but I wanted to, but I'm glad I'm doing it at home now. But you know, I did bingo with my best friend's mama.
Oh,
I know she found it weird. Like every time I go visit her on the weekends, me and her mom on that Friday that I come down, we going straight to bingo. Sure do.
My granny loves bingo. So
and her mama smoked too, so we be lit.
Oh yeah. I kind of grew up going to bingo halls, like when I would go visit my granny.
I'm trying to tell you. It be lit up in there too. They don't understand. Y'all got to know. You got to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It is lit in bingo. Them old people don't be playing about that bingo. Bingo! Bingo! She be like, she was just up in here with another man sitting next to her. I'm like, ooh. Nah, we ain't gonna sit at that table because that baby smell. Woo! Oh, enjoy myself at bingo.
They be in there chain smoking them squares, baby.
Yes, and they have they had the food in the other one though. It was hot dogs, my little canned drinks,
nachos.
Nachos for sure.
Cause they know people be up in there with their kids and they ain't supposed to be. So they be like,
they should be not. Like, please don't bring your children up in here, but they do it. Them little grandbabies be up in there running around.
I'll never forget my granny getting me cards and making me die for cards when I was little. Hell, you just gonna make me. And then one time I hit for like $300, and she sure did give me like $50.
Let's go. My granny taught me how to gamble, and I used to whoop my mama and her friends, and they used to get mad. And my grandmama said, "Don't you dare feel bad for her." Don't you dare feel bad for her. That's what she get for gambling anyway. Trying to take your money, baby. Granny taught me good.
Okay. That was my granny on my daddy's side. They used to be with all that buck wild shit. My granny used to be a cigarette girl in the club back in the day when she was 15. That was her first job.
A cigarette girl?
A cigarette girl.
Okay, so what did that entail for sure? Like, I mean, just taking cigarettes to people that wanted to smoke in the spot?
Like when she would walk around selling cigarettes. They had like the little tray that would strap to the front of them like this. Like it used to be around their neck. She has pictures.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, you can't see where they strap it around their neck, and it has cigarettes and like matches and cigarettes.
Cigarettes, anyone?
Yeah, exactly.
That's good though, because you can have them right by the boobs and entice them to buy a cigarette, even if they didn't want to buy one. Exactly. In the region, right there, that region. Right there. You want a cigarette, don't you, sweetheart? And they looking at the cigarettes, but they're also checking out the cleavage.
Absolutely.
Like, I definitely want a cigarette. Okay, so y'all, I'm going to flip my picture upside down. It's going to look real crazy for a moment, but child, my lines, and then the fact that I don't want to, like, I guess put my hand over the paint type that was already wet. Look at me trying to explain to you guys.
Tony is currently freestyling a large window.
Let's go, Tony.
I don't know what this is gonna look like, but we're gonna go with it.
It's gonna look real nice.
I want it to look like a jail.
It needs to look like a window that I would look through. You said out of jail? No, definitely not a DeKalb County jail window, please.
I want it to look like a jail. I want it to look like a window.
Oh, shoot. You're gonna give people flashbacks that done been locked down. Clank clank. I'm mad that I did see in the comment Will said plot twist the story was about you. The woman was Tony. No, I told her she didn't do that earlier, but she's gonna tell you what she's telling that story though. She got switched names and everything.
My story isn't that bad.
Not that okay.
No, I didn't get lied to in that manner for years. He definitely is who he said he was.
Okay, good.
Just I don't know if I don't know what that false promises thing is about, but I did experience that. But the thing about him is that he hates to not show and prove. So he would get so caught up in trying to do what he said he was going
to do. Okay.
Toxic.
Okay, so like it became like a fixation, like I gotta do it.
Yes, okay. Always. And I would always be like, it's okay to you win some, you lose some type of a thing. You know what I'm saying? And he won so many times that to me, I didn't understand why this was never enough. Why it was like never like where you can just relish in what you did do.
Right.
Spending so much energy thinking about what didn't happen, what didn't work the way you wanted it to work.
Gotcha.
And there was a lot of time spent with that. So I didn't deal with the same thing that she dealt with, but I get it at the same time. Because a lot of the same thing, like he was doing a lot of lying because he wasn't who he wanted to be, where he wanted to be. He wasn't doing what he wanted to be doing in life.
Yeah.
So it led to a whole bunch of lying and BS.
I hope he learned from his mistakes. And I hope that she put this story out the way he don't get a chance to do it again.
Yeah, and that was something else that she said, that she just wanted to share her story to help as many people as she could not have to go through what she feels like she went through.
You know? Yeah. Yeah.
And I get that.
You never know who you're gonna marry. I'm gonna tell you that. In my marriage, just a little insight. He's in jail right now for murder, so we know that. But you really don't know who you married, because when I married him, like literally right after I married him, this fool quit his job.
Wow. Because what? What was his reason?
Because he tried to say, you know the type of person you married. I'm like, no, you had a job when I married you.
Right. What that mean? He had a job when spontaneously broke.
Yeah. Oh my God, look what I just did, y'all. I just Tony, I made it worse.
What you mean you made what worse? What happened?
It's not the pictures. Look at the date. It was wood, and I spilled the black spot on there, and then I went to smear it off, like to clean it off. Well,
you better
makes it all the more an easel now.
Yeah, ain't easel. You better be able to get that off. They better have made it easy.
No, it's I don't know if I can get that off, but it's fine. I'll just paint the easel at some point. But it's the easel. It should have paint on it at this point. I can't do anything about it. I'm moving on. I'm over it. That was funny though. Are you? I like that. Oh, Sonny. Okay. Where'd that come from? Watching you.
I just was thinking, girl.
That's nice. That is nice. Me and these black lines are not having the time of our lives right now. I apologize. I'm gonna fix it though. I am going to fix it. Who all is I was about to say, I said who all, how long have we been live? Aha.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Because at this point, we just,
You know what I'm gonna do next time? Like even if we do have a story time on here as well, um, I think I want to have like some little different side stories because I used to do the second date update, so we can do those during this as well.
Oh,
I don't know if there's anyone that wants to hit the link though and talk about it more as far as what story we just talked about.
right. Y'all can come up here and we can talk about it.
Yes, you can hit the link. I'm sorry. Let me drop the link in here. Want to just have some regular conversation, everyday life situations. If you have a story that is similar or something that is crazy from an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, we'd like to hear it. Tell us all about it.
But
Did she
yeah,
flat tires on the third day of her being angry or the fourth? I want to know.
have you ever flattened any tires?
Not my man. Well, oh, I almost lied just now. Oh my god! If he was watching, he'd be like, "She's lying." I did actually. I was pregnant. My hormones was going crazy. And my fiance at the time said that he was going somewhere to make sure he tried to fix my laptop. Or no, child. First off, I don't know. Yeah, he was doing some shicey stuff. I basically rolled up on his vehicle. He didn't tell me where he was going today. I take that back. I just followed him because I was insane a little bit. Hormones was going crazy. And my intuition was telling me something wild. Huh?
I said understandable.
Yeah. So when I pulled up to this parking lot, I was in Honolulu, Hawaii at the time. Pulled up to this parking lot and I realized this fool is at the mall. I mean, not at the mall, at the movies. I'm like, who you at the movies with if you ain't at the movies with your pregnant fiance?
What's that all about?
And so, yeah, I didn't even know who he was with. Didn't wait for him to come out, or however long the movie was gonna be. Don't know what movie he went to go watch. I just popped like tires. Yeah, I took out like 2 of the tires on the side that I was parked on, and then I went home.
Well,
I did. And then he called me because he needed a ride from the movies because we live together. I said, oh my god, baby, you got 2 flat tires. What happened?
For a ride. That is crazy.
It was so funny. So I got my little pregnant self up and was like, okay, sweetheart, I'm coming to get you. I was like, oh, so you was at the movies though? Who you at the movies with? Yeah. He's like, oh, I was up there because I was paying a girl back for fixing your laptop because this was the same laptop that I had threw at him and broke down the hallway.
Wow.
Yeah, my pregnancy was very crazy. My hormones was all over the place and my baby was too huge in my stomach. Yeah, but he said he was fixing the laptop. I don't believe that. We ended up breaking up or whatnot, but I had took him the next day, to go get his tires fixed and stuff and replace them for him.
Right. If you toxic, just say that.
I am, girl. I sure was at the time. Yes. Yeah. We was gonna go ahead and get your vehicle fixed, sweetheart. You deserve it. I kind of felt bad because I was like, oh, if I do believe the laptop thing and my laptop got fixed because of this person and he was just saying thank you. But it's like, why couldn't you communicate that or why we couldn't all go out to the movies to say thank you?
Help me.
That was my thing.
Help me.
Like, don't play with me, sir. But yeah, I definitely helped him I helped him fix the tires and stuff. Well, I didn't pay for it; he paid for it. But I really did have to be a good woman and take him to go, get
You
that fixed.
should. I mean, yeah.
Especially when I need you to drive me around stuff to my appointments and stuff. But we didn't stay together much after that. Yeah, I didn't really trust him too much. Clearly,
Right. That's how
and
they.
I ended up telling him that it was me that did his tires like that. He was pretty fumey, but I had only told him at that point because I wanted him mad and we was over with.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
so I
why
was
when
like,
they
yeah.
need no tires here, you should already know.
I'm the reason why you had flat tires, so yeah.
You should have already knew.
Yeah.
Have you ever fought over a man, like a physical fight?
Fought? No. Mm-mm. No, I mean I go off on them, but I don't really no, not fought, but I pulled up on one. I pulled up on one, and girl, what I thought was gonna happen didn't happen that way. She pretty much was telling me stuff and showing me messages, wanted to smoke with me. Yeah, wanted to smoke with me and wanted to have sex with me.
Ain't that awkward when they do that?
Very awkward.
Girl, I'm not trying to. No,
yeah, right, girl. I pulled up on you because I thought you thought shit was sweet. That's right. Excuse my language.
That's like, that's not why we doing it.
Oh man, have you?
No, I actually haven't. The times where I have had like physical altercations, my first fight ever was definitely over a dude, but it wasn't on my end.
Okay.
I didn't even know that's why she wanted to fight. Like I really didn't know. I just knew she wanted to fight and I fought her.
Oh no, wait. So it was someone that wanted to fight you over a dude.
Yeah.
And you had no clue.
I had no clue that's why she didn't like me until after the fight was over.
Wow. Okay, so wait, did you whoop her? Was it an equal fight? Y'all both got good licks in, and then how in the world did she tell you after the fight?
She didn't get a lick in, and the reason why, first of all, it was at church. Let me first say that. That's why she didn't really get no licks. Because my church had a gym, and I was a cheerleader for like our little basketball team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my little fake little boyfriend, I mean, I was like 15. Like come on now. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was a serious relationship. My little church boyfriend,
Okay.
We didn't even go to the same school. So the only time we really saw each other, because I wasn't old enough to date, was at church and at basketball on, So he's playing in the game and I had been cheering, but it was time for me to call my ride. So I went in the little phone room and called my aunt. Now this little girl she's not a little girl. She was one of them teenagers who looked like she was like 32 when we was in high school. She was in fights, you know what I'm saying? She was always fighting somebody. That was kind of her thing, what she did. That's the only thing I really knew about it. Like she always into it with somebody. But I really didn't even realize the girl didn't like me. Like that's the worst kind of fight to get in. It's like,
with someone you don't know that doesn't like you, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't even pay you enough attention to know that you didn't like me. So I'm in there using the phone, and I had my baby sister with me. My sister's 10 years younger than me, so she was like 4 or 5 years old at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "You gonna be on the phone all day?" And she was like at the door. So she was a solid 6 to 8 feet away from me at this point.
Okay.
It's like,
that's crazy.
I looked at her and then I kept doing what I was doing. I was like, I know she's not talking to me.
Right.
Went right back to doing what I was doing, which was trying to call my aunt on the.
Because if y'all really had an issue, you would have known that there was a problem with her, but you didn't know. She was just mad at you out of nowhere.
I was just like, what? And then I was doing what I was doing, and I was like, oh, Tiffany just talking. She was talking stuff. That's what she does.
Yeah.
So I get off the phone, and when I hung the phone up, she was walking into the room with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got my baby sister right there with me. So at this point, all I'm thinking is I'm gonna have to fight this girl in front of my sister because I could tell by her body language that's what she was.
It was about to go down. Yeah.
So she was like, she had a Foot Locker bag on her shoulder. I'll never forget it. You know the bag you get from the shoe store with the drawstring?
The little shoe, yeah, I already know. I have a couple of those. Yes.
In it. So it was over her shoulder, and she said something crazy to me. I don't even remember what it was. But all I knew was if I don't hit her or push her first, she gonna hit me with them shoes. That's all I was thinking. She gonna swing that bag of shoes at me. And it was a trophy case behind her. All I remember is pushing her into the trophy case.
Oh my goodness.
She fell into the trophy case and you could hear it. So like pandemonium. People started running in there. So we never even got to like really tussle. I just pushed her. And then she tried to get up. And when they came in there, she was like trying to get at me. But at this point, I just was like, hitting her back. So it was just like a wop wop. And then they broke the fight up. The pastor's wife grabbed me and took me out of the gym.
Uh-huh.
And they made me stay out until my aunt came to get me. And that was it. And then I went to church to choir practice the next Monday like nothing ever happened.
Skibbity doo.
But what's crazy is later on Facebook, that chick right there, she ended up marrying this guy that I went to high school with, right? And that guy literally told me on my Facebook page, like, I always had a crush on you. This was before they got married because they just got married.
You about to fight again. Listen,
that's all I was thinking was, boy, if your girlfriend see you over here on my page, you just don't know. You been there about this before.
Yeah.
But he didn't know. He didn't know about that. He wasn't around back then, I guess. But I was just like, boy, you risking your entire life right now. Don't even know.
Don't even know it. And she gonna go through this again? Oh no, yeah, she definitely gonna lose it. Like not again. The same shit.
The same shit. Same situation. But the first time that was my actual boyfriend. Like, girl, you want to fight me over a nigga that don't even want you? What is you talking about?
Yeah, no, that's wild.
But yeah, so
doing too much.
That was my first actual time ever physically before. I mean, as a teenager, of course, like when you were a little kid, you have like little fist fights and stuff all the time. Well, I did. I mean,
I did.
But definitely. That was like as a teenager, the first time I really realized that females will literally physically attack you just because
they will.
They like a dude you like or some stupid stuff like that. So after that, it was like I expected it.
Gotcha. Y'all give me one moment. I have painted my full black background, and let me go get my dog so I can let him outside. Give me a moment. Thank you.
Right, I'm just adding stuff now, y'all. I'm high and adding extra shit, but we gonna make it look like something. I don't really want the whole.
Adding stuff to it now?
Huh?
I said you said you're adding stuff to it now.
Yeah, I'm just like blending the little moonlight sky back here. I don't really want it to be dark, but I don't want it to be light, but I want it to be like nice little mix, but
a little something. A little.
I need some more gray.
I don't know what I want to do my bottle. This is difficult.
But after that, any fight I got into that had nothing to do with no dude.
See.
I'm a lover. I'm not really a fighter.
It's good to be a lover.
Yeah.
Lover.
I
don't think like they don't really want to see. Y'all don't really. I feel like men do not really want to see the crazy side of a woman. You don't really want that side. Like y'all be pushing buttons sometimes, but you really don't want to see that person. Because once she comes out, you can't put her back up until she's ready for it to go back up. We're emotional, and yeah, don't play with us. It's best to be honest. Yeah. No hiding stuff. And if we find out about it and you didn't tell us, oh, child, bless your heart. You see how this lady, she done went and moved out. Did she freeze? Tony froze on me. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm over here trying to get my little gloss together with the little strokes. Tony froze. It might be the laptop. Just give her a moment. They should be able to come back. It looks good. It pops. Yes, those dice pop, but I'm gonna put a little bit of something around them on the outside too. I'm just trying to get the other parts done, and I think I need to slim this bottom piece up or kind of fine tune my base down there. She's gonna refresh. Guys. Give her a moment. And we were almost at the end anyway. Trying to make sure that I get my watch time hours. Let me go ahead and pour me another glass of wine here. It looks like I'm going to have to go back downstairs because I dropped the top. Oh, my goodness. Great, great. Wonderful. I like dropping things. Yes, I do. I really enjoy dropping everything. Can't keep a hold of not one thing in my... I have no clue where it went. Welcome to the show. Regis, what did you say and what is she laughing at? I'm going to read it. It better say something that makes... excuse me while I go downstairs. Excuse me. It better make sense, Regis. I hope that you guys still are having a wonderful night. Oh, wow. It took me a minute downstairs. Yeah. Took me a minute. Oh, there she goes. All right. We got her back here. Let's go. Let me make sure. Hold on. Okay. I had to look at that picture because earlier they tried to do some janky stuff. All right. You back, boo. I don't know what happened because I sure was like, wait.
What's going on with my Wi-Fi? I think it's my Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's that or if it's StreamYard.
It happens. StreamYards be setting us up too, though. So, you guys to be careful. I had to clean my top because I did drop that. Whew. I'm loving this window. Listen, I need to work on my stuff a little bit more because I need to work on my stuff a little bit more. Tony is over here doing it.
Let me like yours. I'm just still going. We can stop whenever you want to, by the way. I'm just...
Well, no, I mean, whenever you finish, type deal.
Okay.
Now, what were we talking about before this now? Oh, because I asked you if you ever had fought over somebody, right?
I asked you that, but then we were about to change topics.
Yes, we were.
You were saying you don't really think somebody likes something. I think you were talking about, like, I was saying I'm a lover, not a fighter, really.
No, that's right. I was going through my little spiel. You are correct. I was going through the spiel of not wanting to get on the bad side of a woman and lie to her. Yeah. Don't mess yourself up like that, men. Because I said that we are indeed emotional creatures. Like, I know a lot of women won't admit that they are emotional creatures, but I'm going to admit it.
I definitely am.
I'm definitely an emotional creature. I stand by it. I didn't make me. My parents did.
I think the key thing is to, like, I feel like being emotional is like almost like a right I have as a woman, first of all. Second of all, not that men can't be, but I definitely feel like I have a right to be emotional as a woman.
Yes.
But beyond, right, that's a part of the strength in my femininity is the fact that I am aware that I have emotions. And, I think the matter is not letting your emotions necessarily control your behavior.
Yeah.
All the time, and just being aware of, how what you do can affect other people in the long run and affect your relationships with people. Like, you can't just always be like, well, I was in my feelings, so that's why I did X, Y, and Z. You gotta
now what exactly did they do to be in their feelings? That'd be the question. Right.
Different
you
things.
Don't.
People do different things, but a lot of times it's something irrational. Yeah. Like, say something disrespectful, even to somebody that you might actually really have a lot of respect and care for, because at the end of the day, not that men don't do that too, but
You know what? That's why I appreciate walking away. Like, sometimes I guess, I'd probably be ticked off that you walk away, but in order for you not to say something disrespectful, I'd appreciate it if you just walked off.
Right.
Yeah, I'd rather silence than for you to go down a road that you can't come back from type deal. Because once it's out your mouth, there is no retracting.
You can't take it back.
No, you can't. No. And whether or not that person forgives you, it doesn't mean that they're gonna forget what you did and how you did it, what you said. It can be damaging.
Right. And I mean, I'm a Cancer woman, and I know y'all are familiar with somebody over here always saying they had cancer and making excuses for their reactions sometimes to things. I'm sure y'all have heard that before. But because I am a Cancer and we do tend to be watery creatures, which means we do flow with our emotions a lot. I'm just a little bit more aware of it. So there's also a thing called emotional manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
And women, we can do that sometimes at the drop of a dime. Like, them kind of women that can cry over anything.
Yeah. Very emotional. And it's with that side. Yeah, I know a couple of people like that. Yeah.
I ain't mad at it, but I'm just saying, don't act like that's not also toxic behavior.
Yeah.
I can admit that. And somebody's done it before.
As someone who has done it before?
Absolutely. I have definitely used my emotional manipulation tactics before on people.
Thank you so much for admitting it, because honey, I didn't want to be the only one up here. Like, oh man, I am woman. Hear me roar, right? Yeah, been there, done that. I used to think like, girl, you can get an Oscar.
Yep, absolutely.
You can get an Oscar. Now, don't get me wrong, though. Sometimes if I was doing that, I probably really was in it. I was feeling myself. I was emotional. Yeah. So, yeah.
But there are times, there's also times when I might have actually been feeling it at that moment, but I also knew in the back of my mind, I really didn't give a fuck like that. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I really didn't care like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to be heard. And I wanted to make my point clear. So I'll end up like taking it a little bit too far and then being like, once I do it, I feel better. Even though I know it was wrong, like, man, but I feel so much better. And then I want to talk logically to you, like, okay, I know that was
off my chest. Oh, I think that makes sense. Like when I guess when I do my rants, then right, that's kind of equivalent. Because like once my rant is over, I feel so much weight lifted off of me.
Exactly.
I feel amazing.
That is exactly my point. Like how you just gonna dump all of that on somebody to be like, okay, so anyway, love and flowers and butterflies and blessings.
Oh man. OG Jamel, what did you say in that chat room? I'm gonna come back and look again. What did you say? OG Jamel said, "Let it lie nice." Thank you. I would have had a mat. What a window? Oh, you would have had to make a window. That's what she did. She actually drew that window in. If that's what you're talking about, she did draw. She not drew, but I'm sorry, painted it in, right?
Yeah.
Because that window was definitely not there, so she did that. I'm working on defining right now and darkening up my colors. As you can see, this is so odd because I just went from everything. That's really how my brain is too. I went from left to the right, then back over to something else. I think Tony actually stayed on her body the entire time.
Yeah.
I jumped.
I was on that.
That's that da-da-da. Self-diagnosed with ADD. The doctors didn't have to do it for me. I gave it to myself. I know I jump around or I'm jittery. I'm surprised. Like I done went downstairs a couple of times. And when I say that, it means I dropped something, but I'm surprised I really haven't gotten up and move around. And I actually got to go check on my dog and make sure I bring my dog back in the house. Oh my God.
Yes, go get your dog.
He's probably at the door like, excuse me. I'm surprised he hasn't barked yet. Like, ma'am, let me in.
Okay.
All right, let me go get my dog in. Yeah. Hi, darling. Well, come on in, why don't you? Come on. Come on. Alrighty. Look, I'm over here looking at Tony's. What Tony got going on?
I'm just feeling there. You like these little white spots because I was gonna like let it look like that at first, but now it's fine.
Right. Okay. So that's what I was spending some of my time on earlier as well too. Jumping and spot filling.
Yeah.
Hello, Mahaya. Salute. Thank you for stopping by.
I'm ahead. He had William Carruthers over there today. I was like,
You said what?
I said, Mr. Carruthers popped over to Mahaya's today this morning, and I was in the chat cracking up.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm almost done with the little white spots.
Mahaya, you gonna tell IGT to join us painting? Let's tell her to get on in here so we can do story time. Story time. You know, maybe next time I'll tell you guys on how I almost robbed a bank.
Let's go. That's a story I would love to hear that.
This close. Oh, man.
You think that's probably the craziest thing you ever almost did? Like, what's the craziest almost did things? We need to think of that. Come back and talk about
almost thing?
Almost thing that you almost went through with, but something just said, don't do it, sis.
Well, I mean, I almost caught it. Never mind. Okay, I'll think about it and I'll get back with you on that. Yeah, definitely. Well, most definitely we'll get back with you on that.
Okay.
Ooh, I could probably find some almost stories for sure. Yeah, there's something. Yeah. You gonna think of something too, right?
Girl. On this line, girl. As long as they remember, I didn't do it.
Look, okay, so listen, we got to come back and tell these stories with other people's names in them. I'm telling you.
Okay, all right.
That way you don't know what story is ours, what story is the story, just for the time that we are here. This is all entertainment. Salute. Oh, yes. Over here, just in a way. All right. Listen, Tony over here got me going. Like she is over here working this magic with what she got going on. And it's giving. Okay. It's giving with this window.
I don't add anything down here. If I do, it might be some warm brown, but I don't want to do it right now.
It's giving. What is it? Was it 30 or 40 shades of gray? Which one was it?
Hey, 50.
That is seductive. 50. Oh, excuse me, 50. I know somebody say it was a certain amount of shades. I know.
Can y'all see?
Baby, you can't go through the easel, sweetheart. Yeah, you're not a ghost. Mm. He really tried it. And then looked up and got and like he's mad at me because he can't go through the easel.
What is he talking about? Is something a chicken box? Where you see a chicken box?
On whose?
Where do you see a chicken box?
Is he talking about on mine? Oh my good Jamel, did you just call my picture chicken? I'm drawing chicken pox.
Pretty eyes. The only thing missing was the mic, girl. I know I'm gonna have to. The mic has to make a comeback. I don't know when, but probably sooner than you think.
You most definitely have to have that mic. You most definitely have to have that mic. That mic is mic, and it always mics. Yes. It gives like seductive newscast reader, but it's no news. It's yeah, you just do your thing. And then that mic, it just, I don't know, it's the sound. And then it's the way you grip the mic. And then it's the way you come to the camera with the mic. It's like, do you guys hear me?
That was a wild night right there, boy.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her rest.
You are done?
I think the moon needs a little more yellow, and then I'm done.
Oh, let me catch up. Then I got a little bit more of my white specks. I just had to really fill in this deep tone of making my circles. My chicken pox. I had to make my chicken pox stand out a little more.
Not the chicken pox.
And bear with us. I know that a lot of this wasn't close up, or I don't know. I know you can see her picture. I apologize. I probably should have had it this way. I'll work on my camera angles for the next time. I will indeed. Ooh. Were you able to hear the music at any point?
I could hear it just enough for me. I know at one point I looked in the chat, like when I was trying to get back up pretty, I was like, there's somebody in the background. Somebody's playing something. You don't know that we playing a little.
Yeah, it's just a little something in the back just to test it out.
Yeah.
You did say it was going to sound like somebody was in the background. That's what I'm laughing at. I'm sorry. She told me, guys. She told me.
It is I did say that.
You did. All right, hold on. I apologize. Let me drink a little bit more so I can finish the rest of these marks. Mm-hmm.
OG Jamel, that's a cocktail glass and some lips. You want to see it close?
Mm-hmm.
Lady La drew this lady and these lips and this glass and all of these details here. All I did was add the window and the color to the palette. To the canvas.
Let's go. You showing them? Oh, you said you're gonna finish something else on it, though, right?
I'm good. I might do some brown down here, but I don't want to do it right now because I'm trying to decide which shade of brown because I don't want it to take away from her brown.
Oh, so, okay. So listen, so we can finish this up and then finish it another time and then do another easier drawing next time is what you're saying. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. Now that I have gone, I want to like do a whole breakout, like it's breaking out of the page around it.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. And so we can stop right. I'm cool with stopping right here.
Okay.
Because I've got what I want. I can do my little marks or whatever in there, but I definitely want to do. And then I didn't want to really kind of go in there with my white yet because I just put that on those circles. But the rest of it, I was trying to white it out anyway. I can show it to you guys. But that's cool because I want to add more and you want to do something too. And then we can finish this one up and then do another one. Let me see if I can fix this lighting real quick to show you the picture up close. Oh, as a matter of fact, hold on. When you're ready to, I can put you up on the biggest screen.
Okay.
Not complete. Remember that, guys. Not complete yet.
That's so dope. Look at
Thank
them.
you. Look at my little finger, my fingerprint in there from pushing it. I'm gonna push it back. So yeah, oh yeah, let me get that.
I love the details on the cubes and on the bottle and stuff. So I love that. The black print.
Yes. Oh, child, I know I didn't. I'm supposed to pull myself back. There we go. All right, work on it, La. Boom. Let's go.
Okay, here she is. She's got her white nails. You know she finna get
Man.
She's got
that's your nails.
She's got her red bikini on, honey. She's got her bottle. She's got her glass, honey. She's in front of the moonlight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like how you did the lines with the windows, so you could see the line and then the gray part. And I like how you have like a lighter gray around the bottom part, and then you go to the darker more. I'm catching the shades here. That's why I was like, let me go ahead and work my magic. I like that. Okay, so now when we come back, are you going to put something on that bottom part? Let me pull this back.
I want to put something here, but I don't know what yet. I have to think about it. I could continue the window, but I don't know if I want to do that or if I probably will just continue the window. But I need to think about it.
Okay. So then when we come back, we can finish this picture, then start another one. And it'll just pretty much be a continuation. Is there anything you want to tell them in regards to us doing these shows?
Hold on. Thank y'all for coming and supporting us. Look, I got paint on my hands, so y'all know it's real.
I wiped it off earlier, but I do have it on the back of my nail, my thumbnail.
I had a really good time hanging out with you live.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tony.
It felt like one of our little Gab Fest that we be having offline, so it was cool. It really
was fun. And I enjoyed this. And I enjoyed this story. I'm going to call and tell somebody else about this story now, and they probably know about it, and then I can talk about it a little more in depth.
Yes, I'm gonna. I'll probably send you. Do you have TikTok?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'll probably send you a link or something. At least like the last video.
Okay.
So you can see like the end of it, and then you can follow her from there, like, and see whatever else she got going.
If she continues on. Okay, yeah, because I definitely want to keep up with that. But then I know that there are also other TikTok stories too that we can catch up.
I was gonna say there's other women now, I think, that are coming out saying that they know this man too. So I haven't even gotten into. I didn't have time to get into that before we started tonight. But that's where I'm about to. That's what I'm gonna watch when we get off, and I'm gonna see what's going on.
I need, if that's what's going on, we need the update on that for the next time. And I guess since you did this story time, I'll have a good story, a good extensive, detailed story to lay out for you guys, and you can follow along as we paint. Again,
I don't know if your audience is really into it either, but I love true crime, so that's always something I got in the back of my mind is probably some crazy ass true crime story.
So you're trying to come together. I mean, because we can definitely open up the panel then and pay attention, and then I can put clips together from a true crime story. You can put some things together. We can,
because that's my other. I'm all into. Oh no! I got it. Go ahead and end, and I'm gonna tell you.
All right. Thank you guys so much for showing up. We appreciate you, OG Jamel, Regis, Pretty Ice Tea. Mahalia came in here. I'm going to scroll up real quick just so I can say hello. King Roslock, salute. I didn't see you in here. See, I figured I was going to miss a couple of people because we were painting and we were into that. Aviator. Salute to everyone. I think I see my bro buddy come up in here. Yeah, we really appreciate it. We understand that, this is different content. It's content. It's in a different direction. It's in a positive direction. And we appreciate everybody that follows through and supports this. Thank you so much for the like. Thank you so much if you shared. Salute, Quan. I see you.
Thank y'all for hanging with us the whole time. Who are you? Like Pretty Eyes, OG Jamel, I know Regis. A lot of y'all been here the whole time. Like, we really appreciate it. Thank you to my girls. I saw y'all out there. I got a text message like, read the chat. My bad, y'all. I was trying to focus.
Definitely was trying to focus. Definitely was trying to focus and get it together. And with that being said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all wherever you may be, baby. Thank you for showing up to the stream. Peace.